Welcome back to the Comics Aficionados here on Think Critical YouTube. We're having a few technical difficulties with Tommy from World of War Comics, but he will be joining us soon. Having a little echo issue, but your Saturday morning delight is back. We're going to have us a good time. We've also got filling in for Sully, so you better have some terrible takes on comics and movies. We got NDAndrew from the Rippaverse. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well, taking shots already.
Absolutely. You should definitely tell us how Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man movie of all times.
Oh, no, God, my takes aren't that bad. Jesus. That's awful. No. That's the fourth worst Spider-Man movie.
Did Sully say that?
He says it's better than Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man.
Oh, my. It's
Oh,
better
that's
than
right.
Spider-Man
Sully
2.
did
Get
say
outta
that
here.
last week, didn't he?
Get out of here.
Really?
God.
I was
Yeah,
here
that-
now, and I remember that.
Yeah, I remember like hearing that right when I was trying to wake up, and I was like, did my coffee just not hit and I'm hallucinating? Because there's no way somebody like genuinely said that. But no, it was Sully, so you know.
It's like
Love him to death.
Sully said, hey, Spider-Man 3 is better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. You know, that journey I could maybe go on him with, but
Yeah.
you know,
I would disagree, but you know, it's
debatable.
fine. It's fine. It's still a bad movie, one way or the other. Spider-Man 3 is not a good movie.
But Spider-Man 2 is amazing. The reason he doesn't like Spider-Man 2, I think, is because he says they get Doc Ock's motivation wrong, that he's not a ladies' man, and he wouldn't be talking about poetry and stuff like that.
well, that was gay when he's like,
Oh,
if you want to win a woman over, read her poetry.
Kind of, but I don't know. He came across a little bit as like theatrical, which is kind of what he is in the comics, you know. So I don't know. It didn't bug me.
Except for Doc Ock can't get laid.
No, well,
Like,
not with that
to save
haircut.
his life. Yeah, exactly. He needs a terrible haircut, and he definitely can't be married.
The only way
don't
he
know,
was
man. You
getting
guys are-
laid was when he was Superior Spider-Man or Superior Octopus, even like he had the new body and all of that.
Do none of you guys know how delightful Alfred Molina was in Chocolat?
It was amazing in Indiana, or I guess Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic
For
heel
his
there,
all
but
of 4 minutes of screen time.
I don't
Doc
think so.
Ock became a lover of women when he got with Aunt May. It's not like he doesn't like girls.
Yeah,
No,
he
he likes them. He just can't get them.
he indulged in Dan Slott's midget fetish when he was in Peter Parker's body.
Yep, he did do that.
Man, they should have put that into a movie.
Midget fetish?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
because
There's an entire genre of this, sir.
They would have
You just
had
can't
to
watch it on
CGI the love interest because Peter Dinklage will not allow any little person to work in Hollywood unless he's playing
It's
them.
him.
So yeah, it would have to be Peter Dinklage in a lady wig playing Doc Ock's love interest.
Male, female, or mineral. It's got to be him.
with the beard.
With
The
the
worst
beard, yeah.
actor in a lady wig reveal ever in a movie, even worse than Psycho, is Willem Dafoe in the Boondock Saints.
That
What
was
the
great.
fuck? There's no way these guys would voluntarily be like, yeah.
I
That's
don't know. I'm gonna go Sylvester Stallone in Nighthawks.
Oh, wow, that was a choice.
Boondock Saints, great movie, except for that part was pretty weird. I don't know. Aaron,
not the
do you
most
like
normal
the
thing in
second
the world.
one? Do you like? The
I've never
sequel to
seen
the Boondock?
I've never seen either of the Boondock Saints movies, and when they were advertising the second one, that's when I found out there was a first one.
Oh, the first one's actually really fucking good,
Yeah.
except for the
Yeah.
weird thing with Willem Dafoe dressed as a chick for like one scene.
You know, Sully's logic is so flawed because he's like, "Oh, Spider-Man 2's not good because Doc Ock's, a ladies' man, and it's not. He's got a wife. He's not a ladies' man. He's not out playing the field. He got a wife. You know, lots of guys do. But like, name me a Spider-Man movie where the villain's motivation matches the comics, or the villain's story matches the comics. If there's not liberties taken, every single one of them.
Spider-Man. Green
Magneto
Goblin's
in,
pretty much
in
right out of
Spider-Man villain, not.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I was gonna
But
say
yeah,
Magneto's
Green Goblin in the
pretty
first
spot on.
Spider-Man movie.
That's not Green Goblin's origin. That's not Green Goblin's costume. That's not.
This is
you know.
motivation, is what you said.
Does that match the comic book? Was Norman Osborn's company taken from him in the comics, Wes? I don't think it was.
I do not believe so.
I think he just made a
No,
goblin
I thought
formula
his
that drove him
motivation was
crazy.
that he didn't like Spider-Man because he was doing good stuff. That he was psychotic. He was having a breakdown.
He was interfering in Spider-Man stuff. That's why he didn't, or he was interfering in Green Goblin stuff. That's why he didn't like him. Most of Spider-Man's villains, there's this whole thing online right now where they're talking about the MCU Spider-Man villains, and they're saying like, oh, none of them are, none of their origins are tied to Spider-Man. And if you think about the comics, very few of his villains' origins are tied to him. Their origins happen. Spider-Man stops them, roasts the shit out of them while doing it, and then they hate him.
Yes, that's very, very accurate.
They become Spidey's villains not because their origins are tied to them. They become Spider-Man's villains because Spidey stops them and pisses them the hell off.
Yes.
So now we hate that bug.
He's humiliated the Rhino so many times that the Rhino can't help but despise him.
But even Batman's villains aren't really related specifically to him and their origin. They rise up in Gotham, they try to take it over, then Batman beats the shit out of them.
Right, it's only in Hollywood writing when you have to try to tie everything together. Like, oh, Cobra Commander, is the brother of the Baroness who's dating Duke.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom was part of the team with the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've done that, 3 times now?
Yeah.
But I get shorthand, like with the Fantastic Four, it's like we want to get to Doom right away. So if we send him on if we make him part of the mission, then it all fits together. But
it
you could have
work.
Reed Richards being selected over Doom as part of the mission and him being pissed off, and when they come back he's become a sorcerer or something. You could tie it in that way. He doesn't have to be on the fucking spaceship.
No, but we've only had 3 swings at 3 terrible swings at bat at Fantastic Four. No, I'm sorry. 4 if you include the Roger Corman version, but that's the one where they got Doom's origin right.
Yep.
All right, Tommy, can we hear you now?
Yeah,
We don't have echo now that we're.
Oh, that's good.
You're back.
No echo, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Sound better.
Tommy, we can hear you.
Yeah,
we can feel you near us.
Thank you. I'm glad that worked out. I had to put my headphones on.
Tommy, did you get to see Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I did.
Did you take grandkids? Who'd you bring with you? Wife?
I brought 2 of my daughters came with me, and then my wife. So there was and their husbands. So there was 6 of us that went.
Oh, it was like a triple date.
Good grief.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, we had a good time. My
Did you go to
oldest
Olive
daughter,
Garden
who's
beforehand?
what's that?
Did you go to Olive Garden beforehand?
No,
Oh. That's what I would-
I don't even know if we have an Olive Garden around here. I mean, I do like Olive Garden, but
Dylan, we're like 2 seconds away from West going, oh, so 6 of you went, huh? Are you guys a guild?
we're getting there.
Guild.
I'm sorry. I got to go back to the I like Olive Garden. Lowest common denominator Italian food.
It's always my example when I say that, complaining about something, complaining about this or that is like coming out of Olive Garden, or like complaining about Olive Garden is like coming out of a whorehouse saying, I just didn't feel loved.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic analogy.
I literally
quite like
refer
that.
to like P.F. Chang's as like it's the Olive Garden of Chinese food.
No. Like
it's-
DF
it's
Chains is like
consistent.
a step above that. I think what you're thinking is like Panda Express.
No,
Olive
because
Garden's
that's
way
the
better than
McDonald's
Panda
of
Express.
Chinese food.
Yeah, and Panda Express isn't pretending to not be, or isn't pretending to be fancy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
It's not
Olive
pretending to be
Garden
fancy, but it is
equivalent to
pretending to be
Fazoli,
Chinese
you know what I mean?
food.
Well, I mean, every Chinese
They
food place-
invented orange chicken. Do not slander Panda Express.
Well,
Hey, look,
Ve-
I eat
chicken
it very
beef?
regularly. It's
Beef
delicious. It's
is
just like
amazing.
I just typically, if I'm talking about getting some Panda Express, I usually say I think I'm feeling some not Chinese food right now.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not our fault that America just remakes everybody's cuisine and makes it better. It's not our
Yeah.
fault. It's just what we do.
Olive Garden is a perfectly acceptable place for a date night. Certainly a triple date night. You can get all you can
Exactly,
eat
yeah.
breadsticks.
In this
Super.
economy, absolutely.
With Bush in the White House.
So, Tommy, what did you think of Spider-Man Brand New Day? Did it live up to the expectations? Obviously it's blowing up. Maybe it's on pace to be the biggest domestic film of all times, second biggest worldwide gross ever.
yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. My kids really enjoyed it. They thought it was the best one so far. They loved it. I don't know if it was the best one in my book, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, there's always things that I thought could be a little bit better, but I don't know. It was fun, man. I want to go see it again. In fact.
Are they comparing it to the other Spider-Man films or just the Disney Spider-Man films?
Just the Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would agree with them. It is the best one out of the Disney ones.
Yeah.
Well, the Disney ones have been good. They haven't set the bar super duper high. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Homecoming's the best film that they had made. No Way Home is probably a little bit
Homecoming
more exciting because
is
of the cameo
high mid.
stuff.
Homecoming's high mid. No Way Home is mid, and only because of the third act, which is propped up by Toby and Andrew. Far From Home is unwatchable, steaming garbage.
Far From Home is awful. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Man.
Watching that film was like having a pineapple kicked up my ass backwards for 2 hours.
Unpleasant.
I won't get out of my mind. The rest of
It's a very
You're
colorful
welcome.
metaphor, but I will accept it.
I was not particularly excited to hear that Destin Daniel Cretton was directing this movie. But as it turns out, if you give him a likable lead who can emote with his face, he can do some stuff with him. I thought Tom Holland came off really well in this movie. I think that he's probably become my favorite live action Spider-Man. I like Toby, but if you go back and watch Toby, the direction of those films, there's a certain cheesiness that has its charm to all of the drama, and there's a certain melodrama to me that doesn't work as you know, now that I'm older. It worked on me very much when I was seeing it for the first time, you know, although I still recognize like this is a little bit hokey, but I think that Tom Holland has come in and with this movie has established himself as my favorite version of Spider-Man. I think he captures the earnestness of Peter Parker. I think that the heart of Peter Parker is captured in this film. And for other issues that I have with the script and with some of the ideas, I was fully invested in the emotional story. And I think for the first time, I got to see a director actually have Zendaya act instead of just scowl. Like they got a performance, the director got a performance out of her that I bought into. And for the first time in any of these movies, I was kind of like, you know what? I kind of wish they would put these two characters back together because they played it so well. And I don't know if it's their real life relationship that plays into that. The fact that they really do seem to appreciate each other as a couple. I don't know if any of that real life chemistry came through, or if it was just, you know, the strength of the performances. But that is the aspect that I really, really enjoyed about this film, aside from the fact that it's got some of the best Spider-Man action we've ever had and the best looking suit we've ever had.
Yeah, I agree totally. This one
second
put
best
Tom
suit.
Holland. Yeah,
What's
this one puts
his
Tom
better?
Holland above with me for sure.
It was fantastic. This is the first MCU Spider-Man film that I enjoyed almost in its entirety, except for like one or two decisions that they made in it that I had to essentially just kind of like set aside and be like, all right, I like basically literally everything else about this movie in terms of it being a Spider-Man film. This bit over here, don't like that. But everything else is fantastic. Aaron's right. Great action. Fantastic suit. And the first time Zendaya was not an insufferable twit in these films too. Like she was actually likable, and I'm with Aaron where I was good with them. I didn't even find Ned annoying in this movie, and I historically wanted him to die.
Oh yeah, I kind of hate Ned, and it's like, and I can't entirely put my finger on why, because I feel like there's certain things about Ned that I should like as a character, and I don't know if it's the actor, but I just don't. And I hate when people are like, "Oh, make him Hobgoblin, make him Hobgoblin." It's like he's 350 pounds, guys.
He's
you know,
not going to
that
be Hobgoblin.
glider's not getting off the ground. Even Ned Leeds wasn't
He'd be
really
the hobbling
Hobgoblin.
goblin.
Yeah, he'd be the slob goblin. You know, he's just, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of like slovenly and you know, just unkempt. And you know, I know there's a charm to the nerd character in a lot of these things, but maybe I'm just over that character that he plays. Not necessarily even because of him, but just because I'm done with that character. But yeah, I thought everybody worked, and I was actually genuinely, for the first time, invested in the friendship of those three characters.
Well, there you go. But you don't want to see Ned Leeds as a Hobgoblin. They got it.
No, I don't want to see him as the Hobgoblin.
God, no.
I'm glad that they did 4 Spider-Man films and they never even mentioned Green Goblin.
It'd be like doing Batman films and not having to immediately go to the Joker.
Joker. Yeah.
Can
you
That'd be
imagine?
nice.
Or immediately jumping to Venom? Or trying to set up a Sinister Six after 15 minutes? You know?
Well, Andrew, there was a room of Origin backpacks. What more do you want?
Man, screw Ravi Arad.
Famous Spider-Man ruiner.
So, Dylan, is it moved into your top 5 for the year, dude?
No.
Top 10?
Yes.
I don't know if I could name 10 movies that have come out this year.
I was going to say, like,
I've seen
Has there
3
been 10
movies
movies?
this year. 4 movies.
Project Hail Mary, Masters of the Universe. You got, well,
Supergirl.
well,
You-
Supergirl. Woman
does
with
anyone
Wild.
think Masters of the Universe was better than the Spider-Man movie?
No.
I hope
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I
like
don't think
Masters of
so.
the Universe.
I did
the parts
too,
that I
but
saw.
not better than that.
No, it was fine for what it was.
Hmm.
Project Hail Mary is probably still my movie of this year, though.
Yeah, that one was good. That was good.
So you still say Project Hail Mary is better than Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'd probably go. Again, I've only seen like 4 movies this year, so it'd go Project Hail Mary, Brand New Day, Super Mario Galaxy, Supergirl.
You saw Supergirl. Did you enjoy that one?
God, I wanted to, and God, no, I did not.
You wanted to be
I'm
the
a
guy
huge
that went in there
Supergirl
and
fan.
found like the good things about it.
I tried so hard, and it just did not give me anything to work with.
Not even the dog?
Okay, Crypto, sure, but he was out of most of the movie, so I didn't even get to really latch on to Crypto like I really wanted to.
James Gunn's he's an amazing creative person. I mean, he's the first person who's ever made me hate a dog in a movie. I'm so sick of that dog already.
Aw, I love Crypto. He reminds me of my dog when he was a puppy.
Why do you hate Crypto?
Because I don't like the way that they use him. I don't like the emotional manipulation. It's like, hey, you like dogs, so you're going to like this movie because we made it all about the dog.
Did you like John Wick?
I did like John Wick. But here's the
Well,
thing.
they
If you're
emotionally
going to make
I
the
got a
very
story for you.
if you're going to make the very poor decision in a movie to kill the dog, it better be followed by 90 minutes of John Wick just murking
Mayhem?
people in the face. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
enough.
fair.
Yeah, I can
That is
agree with
fair.
that statement.
Yes.
Oh, the dog was a big hit in my house.
I
That's the
love
only
Crypto.
thing
Well,
that's
yeah, because
good
it's
about
it's
the movie.
designed to emotionally manipulate, and that works really well on children. That's why children's films do so well. It's because they know how to emotionally manipulate children. That's why they've created the algorithm to make your kids addicted to screens, so that when you give your kid a screen to babysit them, that's why you're getting behavioral problems out of children now, because they've worked out with it to a science how to make your child addicted to that screen.
So you didn't see
Yep.
Toy Story 5, NDAndrew?
No, I haven't seen Toy Story 4 or 3.
Oh,
You've never
you're
seen
good.
Toy Story 3?
The last
You're good.
Toy
I've never
Story I
watched
saw
any of
was
the Toy
2
Story movies.
in theaters, and I loved it.
And that's
I
where the
might have-
first ended, so you're good.
Well,
That's
I
where
just
it ended.
I don't know. I grew out of it. I don't have kids of my own yet, so it's not like I'm feeling emboldened and encouraged to, share it with them. I'd be willing to at that point, but I don't know. I just don't care anymore. It's not out of any particular, moral or ideological reasons. Just that, they announced Toy Story 3, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And I
It's
didn't.
a really good film. You should definitely.
They've
check it
announced
out.
I've heard it was
Five.
good.
It's not. It's not.
It's
They've
Toy
the
Story
announced
2.
Godfather 2 of animated films.
No, it's Toy Story 2 over again,
Look better.
See, I already saw that
I-
movie.
and a better version of it.
How many decades has this been going on now? I've yet to see any of them because
You're probably not the
doesn't
target
appeal to
demographic.
me. I am definitely not the target demographic.
You
I'm
know what you
pushing
should
50
do?
and I don't have fucking kids, so yeah.
You know what you should do, Doc, is you should watch 1 and 2, then read the comics by Jesse Blaze Snyder that I edited and was involved with creatively, and then just walk away. Oh, but you should come back to
Okay.
me so I can tell you all the ways that the comics would have been better if we weren't continually nerfed.
By Disney.
Yeah. That was the one, like, everybody thinks, like, oh, your Darkwing Duck run, how much trouble was Disney? And on Darkwing Duck, Disney was amazing. But the problem with the Toy Story comics was that Pixar had never done comics before. Ross Ritchie liked to go out and lie to people and say that, oh, Pixar handpicked us to do their comics. Pixar had nothing to do with that. Disney Publishing gave them the licensing rights, and then Pixar had to go like, wait, what? So like they were never happy about like, having stories told that they weren't in direct control of. So they started to take direct control and just tell us, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And it's funny because it all ended up being things that later got used in the movies. Even the whole plot of Toy Story 5 with like the technology is pretty much a pitch that Jesse turned in and that we started on, and then that they nerfed and told us we couldn't do, which is called Toy versus Machine, which was about, the technology toys kind of like coming in and taking over. So yeah. That's why you're getting a movie about screens that's about like 20 years too late.
So basically what you're saying is they told you no on your ideas just so they can steal them for later.
Yeah, I keep waiting for the Finding Nemo pitch that I came up with, and then that I had 2 writers flesh out. I keep waiting for that to show up as a movie that was, even though we were rejected and not paid for any of that work. That's how it works, guys. That's how it works.
Yep.
You pitch things to these corporations, and you have to sign something that says like, oh, if we just happen to have the exact same idea in the pipeline, you get nothing.
It has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you get no credit whatsoever. By the way, everybody, just so you all are aware that are listening on the YouTubes this morning, Wes is now without power, so.
Outstanding.
Oh, excellent. Free for all, guys. Free for all.
Oh. Time to go off the rails.
So Sparrow, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, I have been, I had a little mild touch of strep throat this week that I had to get over. But otherwise, I have been working on Doomface fulfillment. And I have been working on various other projects that I can't talk about yet. Oh, look at that! Look at Andrew with his shiny copy of Kneel Before Doomface. And Tommy's got his.
So when you get your, so everybody listening on the YouTubes right now, when you get your Doomface and then you come down with strep throat a week later, you could blame Aaron.
I did stop fulfillment while I had strep because of much of that reason. I thought if I'm like coughing and then I'm putting this stuff together, so all that was shielded from my illness.
That's very considerate of you. Thank you.
Yeah, buy Doomface, get cooties.
Yeah.
I managed to avoid getting con crud at Bell County Comic Con. I'm glad I didn't have to worry about catching strep throat. Thank you for that.
Andrew, tell us a little bit about Bell County, because that is my favorite con out of any con that I've never been treated better at a con than I was at Bell County. And the crowd was great, the energy was great, and that was a couple of years ago. So I assume it's only gotten better. It's only grown.
It has. This year was even better than last year. Last year was, for those of you who don't know, I'm creative manager, one of our writers and creators and editors over at Riververse Publishing. And we got invited to go down to Bell County because our buddies over at Iconic Comics are there. And man, for anybody that's been a vendor and I specifically mean a vendor, at a convention, sometimes the other vendors around you and the staff and the guests can be a little edgy. They can be a little grumpy, and I get it. Like at big conventions like SDCC or New York or even MegaCon over in Orlando, it's hot, sweaty. There's a crap ton of people. You're all crammed in like 16 sardines in a packet that's supposed to fit 5. But at Bell County, man, everybody is just so nice. Like everybody just had a good attitude. The staff was constantly coming around and checking in on us like every hour. All the other vendors around us were really chill, really cool. That kind of a thing encourages you to like want to go support those other vendors, right? And so, when you have the chance, you're hitting up the other vendors, whether it's in Artist Alley or the crafts and things. It's just a really great environment, and it's, I think, a credit to what cons can be and should be in terms of just the general atmosphere and the vibe, everybody being super nice. And of course, it was great to see our buddies Iconic Comics over there. They're fans of Duggar and Soulfinder, or Eric Canetti's Arc Athena, Common America, obviously, which I'm a big fan of. Got all the omnibuses actually, and the other stuff.
We're getting a Street Fighter crossover with
which is
huge.
Huge. I was telling Tim, like, man, you guys are like one step away from having like a video game collaboration. Just
they are like this close to being the next Udon.
Yeah. I'm super excited for them because they're doing something incredible. The indie comic sphere is very difficult to really get a good foothold in. And Aaron knows this. He's had great success with Kneel Before Doomface, but it is very difficult because there's so much competition out there. There's so much choice. And there's a lot of instances where sometimes people will give people a hesitancy to want to support indie comics. And so having people like Aaron that's good about getting his stuff out there, having Iconic Comics, it's really awesome to see. And I love seeing the growth in the indie sphere because I think there is a strong desire for good comics. People just got to be putting them out there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've got to. The thing that I like about Iconic is that they kind of got in when all this stuff was happening, when this whole indie explosion was kind of happening, and crowdfunding was really like coming into its own, and they went through their period of having to deal with the indie comics drama, stuff that I think Andrew, you and I have been fortunate to avoid. We have not had a lot of that, but they ended up getting caught in that sphere and all the gay ops and all the stuff that goes on, and they decided, what, let's just put our heads down and do the work. And Tim and Mark have like just absolutely knocked out. They've stayed the course and they keep
their work ethic is crazy.
Yeah, it's Tim is a madman. Like Tim works a full-time job and then goes home and draws for several hours, and I can't even do it now, Tim. Do it now while you're younger, because you're going to run out of energy. But I love the fact that they just keep plugging away at it, and they keep putting out books, and they've established their fan base, and they're doing great. And that is the example. If you're going to look at an example of like, hey, how do you succeed in indie comics? Well, there's good.
You copy what these guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a market in Japan now.
Yeah,
I know.
Like that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's
American
wild.
manga having a market in Japan is insane to any of us that have been, long time observers of the comic industry.
Well, that's a crossover that exists, but it doesn't usually happen in that direction, right? So You'll have people like myself, and I'm sure others here on the panel, where we grew up with Western American comic books, but we also wound up, as we grew up, enjoying certain mangas, right? There's a ton of manga and anime that I love. I grew up in the era where like Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon and Gundam Wing, all of those were just hitting Western shores. And then you had the Toonami blocks, right, where you got in Cowboy Bebop and Inuyasha and all Outlaw Star and all these great shows. But it doesn't typically happen the other way around, where you have people that start with manga and anime, and then they're like, oh, well, let me check out this Western stuff as well, especially over in the Eastern countries. So in Japan, you don't see a lot of that. It's not that they don't exist. It's just that they are a very small exception. It's a super small pool. And so for a company like Iconic to have such an impact with Common America, with them being a Western property, even though it's obviously inspired by manga and anime, for them to have that level of an impact over in Japan, that's incredible.
So should we hear from the people? Should I do the super chats, because we don't know when Wes is going to come back? What do you guys think?
Let's thank these people for throwing money at our faces.
All right. So, Jathan Cranley 4201 says,
we just call him Jath over the reverse.
I was gonna say, guys, come on, give me simpler names. How
what is this, Old Testament? Is this Leviticus?
And Jathro's son begot Kaiser Jose, and Kaiser Jose begot. Okay, so how are Z's dance skills? Can he Irish jig or white man shuffle? Also, if Z's gloves are frictionless nanites, how does he grip stuff? Toggle ability?
So he's referring to my character that I created and wrote over at the Riververse, who we now have the first 2 issues available for pre-order. It's Arcstream False Start, number 1 and number 2. His name's Zephyr Arland. This is the character. I'm wearing the T-shirt by the amazing Kanan White, who is a god among men in terms of artists. But our fans call him Z for short sometimes. In terms of his dance skills, he can dance. He can dance, which means he is absolutely not a self-insert from me. Because I cannot.
Oh man, now we got to see you doing the Elaine out on the dance floor.
Oh boy, no, never happening.
All right, he follows up with what's y'all's take on pineapple on pizza? I'm gonna agree with our friend Gary over at Nerdrotic. I'm gonna say I enjoy pineapple on pizza. My caveat is that I like it to also have jalapeno, so that you get the salty and the sweet. You get that balance. My perfect pizza is going to be pepperoni, sausage, pineapple, and jalapeno, so that you get all of that together. Extra cheese.
I am going to go in a different direction. I am perfectly fine with pineapple pizza as long as that pizza is then in the trash can.
So Doc is doing the Ron Swanson. Would you like some pineapple pizza? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Right into the trash.
Yep.
Would you like some
Another.
pizza? Sure, I love pizza. Is pineapple and ham on pizza okay? Is Monopoly money okay?
Yes.
Am I playing Monopoly? Tommy, what's your stance?
I don't mind pineapple on pizza. It's not my first choice, but I'll definitely eat it. It doesn't bother me at all.
All right, and Dylan, come in. Dylan, come in. You of course, as we have established on the show, you represent all of the youth. So tell us what the young people think about.
Power.
I have the same view as Tommy, where like I don't mind it, but it's like it's not my first. I'm never gonna order it myself. That's like if there's free pizza with pineapple on it, I'll eat it. I'm never ordering it myself.
All right, what's your go-to pizza?
I generally just go bacon pepperoni. That's my go-to.
Perfectly respectable.
Yeah, meat lovers.
All of the pepperoni with some bacon and maybe some sausage, depending.
I like
on
some
the,
portobello
on the
mushrooms on there.
place. Oh no!
I will,
mushrooms are aliens. You don't eat them.
I like pepperoni so much
Agreed.
that if you have your choice between pepperoni and Old World pepperoni, I will get both.
Yes. Yeah. Like the
Can't go
little
wrong.
crispy cupped pepperoni and like yeah, like both of them. I want both of them on my pizza.
With 2 ounces of oil in each pepperoni.
Yeah, and you gotta like hold the
I mean, if
pizza
you're ordering from
slice
Pizza Hut,
upside
sure, yeah.
down. You gotta hold
They're
it
like, here's some
upside
oil.
down.
They dump the whole bottle.
They're like, so we had some
yeah,
oil
no.
on the bottom of the stove at the end of the last night, and we just put it in your pepperoni cups.
Yeah, we're like,
Yes.
we don't want to put this down the drain. Putting in the trash seems like a lot of work. Just ladle it onto the pile.
So I mean, like, if pineapple on pizza was like separated me from death, I mean, okay, fine, I'll eat it. I don't hate it that much, but
Jath also
It
adds,
should exist.
which Pokemon would Zephyr, Trinity, and Ian main?
Oh God, Zephyr definitely would be an electric type, so probably something like either Raichu or Bolthound, which is a Pokemon from Sword and Shield and is modeled after a Siberian Husky. That's me inserting one of my favorite Pokemon absolutely into that. I'd have to give some thought to Trinity and Ian. So good
All right,
question.
so you got your assignment there, Andrew.
Yeah. Those of you in the Rippaverse Discord, I'll answer that question in there.
Jog Live says,
have-
have you seen the shipping now for Gene and Peter?
Shipping is
Yes.
fandom cancer.
yes,
Yeah, it is a
you are
blight.
also correct.
It is a blight, and it should be ignored in all of its forms.
Yes.
You know, it used to just be that, like, I don't know, when I was in school, like, people would watch 90210, and they'd be like, boy, I sure hope Brandon and the journalism girl get together.
Yeah,
You know, and it's like that's the sort of thing that would happen. Now,
You mean it
people
wasn't filled with vapid psychopaths?
No.
who are threatening creators for not honoring their ships? Yeah, that didn't happen.
yeah, like you know. Oh, will they? Won't they? Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
And then like even when they did the movie, and then they were about to, and then she gets stung by the fucking weird bee. Yeah.
Now, Doc, when she got stung by the weird bee, did she open a portal that like sucked in her 2 lesbian moms into the multiverse, or am I thinking of an entirely different film?
You're thinking of an entirely different film. But
All right, yeah, no, I have seen it.
equally terrible.
Equally terrible. All right. Jagron says, so do you think, like Perch said in one of his videos, Absolute needs to keep doing everything different for that universe, not make it similar to Prime? Dylan, what do you
that's
think?
the entire point.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of ways they need to do things different, but not in every way. Like, for instance, right now, Absolute Superman is becoming more like mainline Superman. It's made the book way better because you have an actual hero there.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
in all other aspects, it's much different. I think it needs to keep it that way to diversify itself. So in that way, I agree.
Do you think it needs to think of more creative ways, or just do the exact opposite, like Snyder kind of came in with Batman? Like, what if the Joker is rich? What if Batman is poor? What if do you think it's just opposite day, or do you think that there's more creative ways to do it?
I think there's definitely more creative ways to do it. Like we've seen it with what they just did with this new issue of Absolute Superman, which is really good. The take on Metallo, where they made Peacemaker Metallo. I really liked how that went down and the execution of it. Surprisingly, Jason Aaron has been doing a great job on Absolute Superman. It started out
I
bad.
never thought I'd say.
I did not like the beginning of Absolute Superman, but it's been really good. And it's like with this new issue, it's probably taken over as my favorite Absolute book. So yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting avenues you can go with the Absolute titles and not just the opposite of everything. And I think I really like Absolute Batman, but my main issue with it is I don't care about this Bruce Wayne. I don't find him likable. I don't find him that interesting. I like the overall story and I like the world. I'm interested there. And like when Batman's going out and about, it's cool, but I just don't care about this Bruce. It's like, it's crazy because technically I should have way more in common with this Bruce than billionaire Bruce Wayne, but I find billionaire Bruce Wayne far more intriguing and likable than this
Because he's an
Bruce.
actual hero.
Well, he's got the charisma that I
He's
think
more methodical,
makes
too.
it makes like Earth Prime Bruce far more enjoyable. I think I'm with you, Dylan, where I like when Bruce is suited up as Batman far more than just him being Bruce and doing his day-to-day stuff. All the world building stuff around him is really cool, and I like what Snyder's doing. But he, as a character, just Bruce Wayne, is just kind of there. Everything else around him is far more interesting than he is.
Well, you run into, what I find is, in creating a new book or creating new characters, it's different than when you walk in on an established character, is where there's already a lot of foundation laid and you can build from that, and you can kind of shorthand a lot of stuff that when you're creating your own book in your own world that you have to build up. And I think that Scott is so interested in the world building of Absolute Batman that he's kind of like lost the humanity. It's what I find kind of frustrating about Hickman's work a lot of the time, is that he becomes so invested in building the world and these ideas that the characters suffer. And so I think you guys make an interesting point. It would be interesting to, it would be nice to read a Batman book and be invested in Bruce Wayne as opposed to just the Batman identity. But, maybe that's part of
Maybe that's
Scott's
part of the long-term character arc or something.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's the case, because I would like to get to a point where the actual civilian identity of the main character for the book is the least interesting part about the book.
Yeah. And maybe, like we said, maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's, part of the opposite day thing is like, well, we're going to really invest in the Batman identity and we're going to kind of give short shrift to Bruce Wayne for a while until we decide to go forward with that. I don't know. Or it could just be that it's not that good. Marvel 2099 member for 12 months. Thank you so much. Says, greetings, Comics Aficionados team from a plane hallway across the Atlantic, or a plane halfway across the Atlantic. Plane hallway. Has it already been a year of extra content on YouTube? Only seems like yesterday I listened to everything on Patreon. Well, maybe it was yesterday that you listened to everything on Patreon. We don't know. But thank you for being a member. Appreciate it.
I mean, you are on halfway around the world. That's like a full day, year, right?
Well, according to Hulk Hogan, he wrestled 400 times, 400 days a year because of traveling back and forth between Japan and picking up days.
So it was the international year line.
8 days a week
that he kept going. Yeah.
Didn't he lose a day when he came back though? So there'd be.
You think it would balance out, but
no. He made sure he flew the other direction.
He just kept going one way,
flying. Yeah.
I'm not putting too much stock in his mathematical skills. Maybe about as much as I would in his acting skills.
The math ain't math.
He's no Scott Steiner when it comes to math. Okay, he's not a math genius.
No, not everybody can be a mathematician like Steiner.
I feel like now we're going to find a clip of Hogan going, I'm the one who gave Donner the idea of Superman flying around in reverse in time, brother.
Because of how many days I wrestled.
All right, so Jethro says, my Italian family loves Olive Garden and authentic. So, okay, all right. I mean, that's fair. Listen, I mean, you can be Italian and love yourself some trash Italian. You can be Chinese and love yourself some trash Chinese.
Hey, I'm American and I like shitty American fast food. So
yeah, it's like, and that's kind of the thing about pizza is like when people get like really snobby about it, the worst pizza I've ever had was still pretty okay.
It's still pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Jethro says, saying Toy Story 3 is a copy of Toy Story 2 is like saying Return of the Jedi is a copy of A New Hope. There are plenty of differences. You can take that up with Tad Stones, who is the original person I heard say that he enjoyed Toy Story 3 when it was called Toy Story 2, and I agreed with him. So take that up with prolific creator and Darkwing Duck's dad, Tad Stones.
I particularly liked Wonder Woman more when it was called Captain America: First Avenger, and I definitely liked Black Panther more when it was called the first Thor movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cookie cutter scripting, yeah.
Andrew should write a character with a dog, says Jethro.
I'd be up for doing that. I like dogs.
I mean,
I just wouldn't want to do it just
Andrew.
because, like, I want to give this character a dog just because I like dogs. I want there to be something that's actually important to the storytelling. I don't make a habit of just doing things just because it's a cool idea.
How about this, Andrew? How about a character that turns into a dog, just that you can have his mentor, drawn to look like Sean Connery, say, "You're the man now, dog." I just wanted to do that. Anytime I can reference that line from Finding Forrester, because you guys know Sean Connery is famous for like turning down scripts because he didn't get them. Like he was offered Lord of the Rings, and he was like, I don't understand this, and then he was offered The Matrix and he was like, I don't understand this. And so why he ended up taking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, even though he didn't understand it, was because he had passed on two big things. So
I actually kind of like that movie. It's not very good, but I enjoy it.
No, it's enjoyable. It's like, again, it's trash pizza.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's Little Caesars.
Yeah, it's but if you do Little Caesars my way, it's really good. So like whenever I get a chance to reference it, because I just picture Sean Connery getting the Finding Forrester script and getting that line and being like, "You're the man now, dog. So what's happening here? He's turning into some sort of dog man. He's like a werewolf." And they're like, "Yeah, Sean. Yeah, just say the line." All right. Let's see. Super Friend of Man says, not sure if intentional or not, but your recent ASM dying video had funny reference pics like Batman when referring to Bruce Banner and Shazam.
I know. I saw that. That was my video with Wes. I'm pretty sure he used AI to make that video. I watched it the other day. I rarely watch the videos that I'm in, but I watched that one and I was just like, why does it give the graphic for Shazam when I said Chasm? Like the Ben Reilly not Venom character?
Chasm is another example of Nick Lowe going, what do people want? How do I give it to them, but not in any way that they would like?
They want Venom.
I don't know if Nick Lowe has once in his life uttered or thought the words, what do people want? How do I give it to them? Not even counting the latter half of that. Not even counting the half. I don't think the first part ever happened.
Well,
I don't think those words ever went through his brain. He and Brevoort need to be excommunicated from Marvel Comics.
Well, I mean, I think
was going to go with a different X word, but
okay. Doc's looking to get us demonetized. I think that's going to happen with Brevoort. Wes says, I did not use AI, but a guy was helping me out and edited that video. I should have made sure he didn't screw that up, lol.
Now there's a funny story behind it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Like, I really did enjoy that video because it was, I'm like, is it just my enunciation? Is it that poor?
Well, it's kind of a Heather Ontos thing, right? Where she's like, "Yeah, I got this tattoo to honor my dog Flash, because and it's like that's the Shazam lightning bolt."
Yeah.
All right. So Jug Live says, "Do you guys think the All-In Phase 2 initiative helped the Prime universe at all? It still feels like Absolute is devouring most of the fan interest."
Yes.
What do you think, Tommy?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, look, the whole Absolute universe is just taking a lot of the oxygen out of the room. I do think several of the titles in the All-In have been better. I've actually enjoyed most of them, to be quite honest. So I'm enjoying both of them. Again, when Absolute is taking all the oxygen out of the room, people are purchasing that. People only have so much purchasing power, and I think All-In is going to struggle just because you can only buy so much on a Wednesday. But man, I'm enjoying All-In. It's been some of, I think, the best DC stuff in a while.
Dylan, do you agree?
All-In's been great. Part of the thing that I don't agree when people bring this up and they're like, they're cannibalizing their own line with Absolute is like, if you look pre-Absolute, all these numbers, that all this money that people are spending on Absolute now, they weren't spending on the main universe then. So it's like, that was just over there. That was like being left alone. Like, it's not like that's a thing that's happening. So I don't necessarily agree with that aspect. It's just unfortunate that we can't get these people that are reading Absolute to read All-In, because I agree with Tommy that I think most of All-In is better. Like, there
are
a
a few
great
really
books
good
they
All-In
have.
books right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like,
really good stuff. And it's like, man, if you could get some of that Absolute audience over there.
Adams'
like
Aquaman has been, with the exception of like, I think the 2 issues that followed after the KO event, which I chalked up to spillover from that Dogwater event, like affecting the rest of the line. His run has been outstanding. Like, Aquaman should be selling way better than it is, because that is the best that character's solo book has been since like early Jeff Johns run, back in New 52, right? The character has never been, and he's getting respect in the book. When that last issue, when he basically told the Justice League, "What the hell you think you're gonna do?" It's not me, right? I was like, oh, here we go. Now he's actually laying it down on the table, like it. And the art has been fantastic, even with the fill-in artists, right? A lot of times with the All-In books, and that's a big critique I have with them, is they'll pitch it and they'll market it with a particular artist, right? And that artist will be on for like the first 2, maybe 3 issues, and then you get a fill-in artist for like 5, and it's like, you sold this to me on freaking Jorge Jimenez, right? Or Dan Mora, or whoever, or John Timms, right? And then they'll switch to some other person who can certainly draw better than I can, but it's not Jorge Jimenez, Dan Mora, or John Timms. And that's frustrating for me. I can't stand when that happens. But Aquaman's been fantastic. Jeremy Adams is a stellar writer. Joshua Williamson's Superman is a generational run on that title. Like, I have not enjoyed a Superman comic this much in a very long time. This is the best book that he's written that I can bring to recent memory. It's leagues beyond his Flash stuff during the Rebirth era, because that started out fine, got stronger, and then petered out and fell off a cliff after Flash War, which was annoying to me.
Yeah. I think Williamson has come into his own. I think he's worked on enough things now, and he's and you never know what happens on a title. I can tell you from working at various companies that a lot of times you have good ideas for a title and editorial derails you. So maybe he had different plans for Flash. Maybe he's always been operating at this level, but he just didn't have an editor that kind of could, or maybe he's just gotten better, because Superman, like you guys are loving it. You've made me go and check it out, and I'm digging it. Obviously I love the stuff that he's doing over at Energon. So he's firing on all cylinders for me. All right, so Super Frandom Man 599 says, "Why are Marvel making Spider-Woman bond with Carnage when we literally had Eddie Brock become Carnage? Such an unoriginal idea. Bring back Cletus Cassidy." Unoriginal ideas are Marvel's stock and trade right now, because they don't pay enough.
Status quo.
Yeah, status quo, and also they don't pay enough for anybody to come up with original ideas to give to them. It's not worth it giving them your best work. So that's my take on it.
The only thing Marvel has been doing for much of the past 15 years is playing musical chairs with their characters. They're just moving everything turned into a mantle, and everyone gets to play hot potato, and periodically there's somebody that's left out without a mantle to sit down on. They're just playing fucking musical chairs, and periodically somebody doesn't have a costume because they didn't get to the chair first. That has been the only thing Marvel has done. And it's that, or just mashing two other personalities together, like two other characters together, making a mashup, and then pretending like it didn't matter. It's Combo Man meets fucking, if we all remember those ads from Marvel Comics in the 90s and early 2000s with the Combo Man, meets musical chairs. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Well, let me ask you this, Doc. Would you buy a Combo Man Marvel Legend action figure if it was available?
Actually, I would possibly consider it, because
I would
then
too.
you could, well, also because you could buy like 6 of them and then put together another character. Oh wait.
Oh, that's actually what they should do. Is each piece of Combo Man should be removable and swappable. And so if you want, you can build all the individual heroes, but then also build Combo Man.
Yes, exactly. Do that where a case pack is just 6 of the exact same character, but just in different orders.
Yep. Oh man, Marvel. Yeah, Marvel is such a disappointment right now. Like, it's Doc is right. It's just musical chairs. Look at Queen in Black. They basically are. They didn't even come up with an event. They're just grabbing it from Marvel rivals, who seem to be that team seems to be far more creative than anybody at Marvel editorial right now. And then what do you get? It's like, ooh, look, Iron Man's got the Null Buster armor. Oh, we're doing another Buster armor, huh? Okay, great. Super excited. Jethro says, isn't the absolute universe about taking away the hero's support structures and then seeing if they can still be the people we love, root for anyway?
Not really.
No.
It's more of just it's just another Ultimate Universe. It's Ultimate Universe 1.0 done again by DC this time.
Yeah, because Batman still has Alfred, Superman's got Lois and Jimmy. Like they all still got their support structures. That's not like a founding principle of absolute.
And Wes is back, everybody.
Wes.
The power came back after about 45 minutes.
Wes.
We got him.
We've actually
we got you,
been
Wes.
Going through all the
appreciate
super
it.
chats while you've been going.
I was listening. I was in the chat, having a good time. I heard people making fun of my editor. I knew I should have paid more attention. He's not so much of a comic book fan as he is a video editor, and I figured he'd be able to get it. And, whoops.
I mean, Chasm's pretty obscure.
He kind of is. So
I mean, maybe he is a comic book fan. He deliberately wanted to forget that Chasm was even a thing.
I could get on board with that.
My interpretation of Absolute Universe is it's supposed to be a much darker universe, and how would the heroes evolve with the darker undertones and everything around them, in this darker universe. And I think it plays out really well in Wonder Woman. But if you listen to Scott Snyder, that's not really what he's trying to do. Like, I think he's trying to project his feelings about current society and culture and stuff like that. But you don't ever see it come out in his book. You only see it come out in like Absolute Green Arrow and stuff like that. So it gets confusing because that's what he says. But then when you read Absolute Batman, that's not what you get. It's a Batman that's, just crazier and willing to kick children into the ocean.
That was one of the best panels.
This is great.
It's amazing.
But definitely taking a different approach with the characters and seeing what happens. But I think it definitely helps when the characters do feel like they're themselves. Because Wonder Woman has felt like Wonder Woman basically from the beginning, except she's had to escape hell and all that kind of stuff. Batman, I don't know as much, but he's doing such crazy stuff that it doesn't matter. But Superman is definitely feeling much more like an actual Superman character, Dylan. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Did you like the Juan Frey art?
It's great. It's always great.
Yeah, he's like my favorite artist right now still. And then we got Chuck Skills, off topic. Aaron Sparrow, when you had that joke in Doomface about the scouts using the bear to protect them from the scout leader, I lost it.
Ah, excellent. I want people to laugh out loud. I want people to enjoy the book and have a good time with it. And that takes place in the, for those of you that don't know or haven't received your books yet, that takes place in the PSA at the back with Colonel Silverstreak, which we plan to have in every issue. We plan to have a 3-page PSA.
Sounds like it was really funny. Good job.
Yeah. You should.
How many more books do you have to ship?
So I, as we discussed while you were gone, I took a break of a couple of days because I had strep throat and I didn't want to be touching people's books and then possibly sending them strep throat. So I've got a little under 300 orders to still process. So we're more than halfway done.
Very nice.
But now we're getting into the more complicated orders. You know, so what I tried to do is I tried to fulfill. I'm trying to fulfill easier batches first because if 100 people ordered, cover A and no signature, blah blah blah, it's really easy to knock those out really quickly. But now I'm getting into some of the more, and I've still got a couple of those batches to do. But now I'm getting into the more complicated orders where it's like multiple books put together, some signed. So it's like I'm having to take a little bit more time in processing those to make sure everything's right.
Jazz says, what makes stories for Superman enjoyable despite him not having to learn life lessons post-origin? What are good story arcs for that type of character crafted around, if not character change, in how? All right, Dylan, you're the big Superman fan.
He does learn plenty of life lessons post-origin, but also you can't be having every arc be a life lesson because then you have a retarded character that needs to learn a life lesson every day. So a lot of the times it is just, how do you overcome this obstacle and defeat this villain because it's a superhero comic. But there's plenty of life lessons post-origin, like in Rebirth, he's learning how to raise a son, and especially a son with powers and what's going to happen with all that, and also balancing his life with having a wife and a kid and how all that's going to affect him. You have the Jeff Johns story, the Bizarre World story, where he kidnaps Jonathan Kent, as in his Pa Kent, and he goes there and he essentially he's just doing the normal like save my dad, get out of here, and Pa Kent's like, you can actually help these people. Like, this is a really effed up world. Like he learns another lesson from his dad, and that's way post origin. You have Superman ending battle, where it's like how far can Superman get pushed and will he go over the edge, which is a great that's like the book I always point people to whenever people who have read Injustice or any of the evil Superman books. Ending Battle will answer that question for you, because that's one where at the end it appears that Manchester Black brutally murders Lois Lane after putting Superman through the worst day ever, and you see how Superman handles that. Superman up and away, you get to see what Superman would do if he didn't have powers, how he'd adjust, and then how he'd adjust when those powers come back, and seeing that Superman will always be there at the end of the day to stop evil. There's plenty of life lessons and interesting story arcs with Superman.
Yeah, the most recent one, I guess, is the Warworld saga, where he was stuck on a planet with like a red sun at the core of it, and he had no powers, but had to become a gladiator and lead like a big revolt against the war zones and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it now is testing Superman's resolve.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the thing, testing the ideology of Superman, testing his principles, right? Because this is something that always comes up when talking about characters that have been around for so many decades, right? Where we have this idea of who this character is, what they believe, how we perceive they would respond in different situations. And you can adhere to that because you want to maintain those key tenets of those characters. But what you want to do, if you want to make your story interesting and not just copy and paste somebody else's work that did it decades before and probably better, is you want to put them in new situations that challenge those principles, challenge those beliefs, and challenge them in numerous ways, and trying to figure out, okay, how do I write this such that the reader is uncertain as to whether or not they're actually going to be able to adhere to their principles and still come out the other side that same character that we know? Or if you are making the decision to alter them in some way, does that actually make sense? Does that track? Is that something that feels organic, or does it feel like an arbitrary change for the sake of change?
That's actually a good one. sure you remember this one, Doomsday Clock, where Superman is basically forced to do something that the entire world hates.
Yeah.
But he stands by his principles and he stands for that. And he's like, I'm willing to take the consequences because in my heart, what I did was the right thing, even if the public turns against me. Which kind of talks about the character and resolve the character. Although, Dylan, I do wish there were more physical threats to Superman. Like, people need to be making, maybe not Doomsdays, but, you know, a couple of new villains out there that could actually beat him up a little bit, you know?
I mean, there's physical threats to him all the time, constantly. But as far as new threats, yeah, I guess there's not a whole lot of new villains. But also, on the flip side, I'm kind of fine with not a whole lot of new villains because every new writer on Batman creates 85 new Batman villains. I get sick of it. So with Superman, I kind of appreciate where we go through. He's got a nice rogues gallery, and it's not like, well, here's a new character because I'm the new guy on here, and hopefully they make a movie with my character, and I get a fat check.
Yeah, the last threat they made to him was Rogol Zar, and of course
that was Bendis.
Bendis had it tied to the destruction of Krypton. You're like,
exactly. Now you're going to my point of just let's not create new Superman villains.
Let's fight all the Krypton.
Well, no, we had
Bendis
Farm and Graft more recently. Another great villains.
One of them looked like Howard Stern in latex.
Yeah, the fingernails. And,
That's oh god, why, Wes?
Yeah, it was bad.
Things like that out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know how to steer that out of my brain.
Huge villains that would show up every once in a while and maybe slap Superman around a little bit.
Well, you do get that. We're getting Zod right now.
Zod.
Yeah, we're about to have this, super family inter-title crossover event.
And
that's
prior to
gonna
that,
deal
you
with,
had the
with
Dark
Zod.
Legion and Dark Side. So, like, it happens all the time. You always get people. Then you had Mongol. Like, that happens all the time.
All right. Well, Sandal says, I spoke with YouTube support on why they were tormenting my web shooter, and they asked if I had sent any unusual chats or comments, but I said I wasn't shadow banned without me asking. Kind of weird. I'm glad it all got solved. And I'm sucked that it wasn't working last week, but keep using your web shooter, keep firing, and
Crazy.
Yeah, just keep on keeping on, dude.
Just keep polishing that web shooter.
And I hope you enjoyed the Spider-Man movie. Jazz says Combo Man's great for power scaling debates.
Yes.
We had a whole thing about Combo Man while you were gone, Wes.
I'm guaranteeing it was started by Doc.
It was.
It was started by Doc.
But
I am always happy to jump in on a good Combo Man discussion.
I've heard 6 Combo Man rants in my entire life. I've heard all of them since I met Doc.
It's the lowest common denominator here.
Gotta have Combo Man. We'll just mix everybody up. Oh man, we had the worst Combo Man ever a couple of weeks ago, Doc. They combined Toad and Blob. And they
I
called him
know.
Skipping Stone.
Yeah.
Wait, his name was Skipping Stone?
Yes.
Yes.
When Pac-Man Frog was right there?
Yeah, it was in the Bishop miniseries from Salty to Med.
Oh,
Because
there you
remember,
go.
all of
Solid
all
Ahmed. There's
of
everything
the
I needed to know.
villains in that. Yeah, all the villains in that are the children of 2 other ex-villains
Yes.
in the
they're all
future
mashups.
that they, because everyone in the X office forgets that you don't just combine powers whenever a kid is the child of two mutants. They actually get their own X gene gets to develop however
Unless
it wants.
it's Nightcrawler.
Yeah, unless it's Nightcrawler. But that's just more visual.
Although they retcon that to the butt baby thing.
Yeah, he's a
yeah,
baby.
they did.
Yeah, not Azazel anymore. Man,
I never thought
they
you
had
would-
another character called Flamequake.
Yes. And that was Avalanche and Pyro's
Yes.
granddaughter.
How do Avalanche and Pyro have a granddaughter together?
I guess one of them had a son, one of them had a daughter, and those kids got together.
Okay, so it's not just they're not saying that Toad, Blob banged Toad, and this is their child that they had.
It's their
Because
grandchild.
I would not put that kind of nonsense past Marvel or Saladin Ahmed at this point.
Salty to Med's really, really bad. He should not
Really
be on
bad.
Wolverine.
He should not be on anything.
Although the rumor is that he's about to be replaced on Wolverine by a very good writer, so hopefully that's true.
That would be
Like,
nice.
I'm sorry, but Saladin Ahmed should not be paid professionally to write things. He is not good enough. He has never been good enough. The only thing he ever wrote well was the one book where he didn't actually have to write any dialogue.
Well, people talk besides Black Bolt. You know, there's other characters, like there's a big dog and stuff. But
Virtual
yeah, it's
Reality
been a long-
Fitness says that Mark Gruenwald created Combo Man, just for everybody who. I just want to make sure that we acknowledge that.
I had no idea.
Nice.
Very cool. Kevin Carpetti, why is it Marvel is being terrible at reprinting in the collected editions department? Meanwhile, DC is reprinting good stories like Green Lantern Rebirth and John Byrne's Man of Steel.
I wish I knew why Marvel was the way that they were, because as you can see on my shelf right here, I have 2 out of 3 of the Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman stuff for the symbiotes. It is missing the Absolute Carnage omnibus. Why? Because Marvel refuses to reprint it, and most of the people trying to sell it on eBay and Amazon are selling it for triple the price.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd think that they would
Marvel-
reprint it and then use some of that money that they make to, like instead of giving Donny Cates his royalty on it, use it to pay off the money that he owes them. And then
Yeah.
everybody's free and clear.
No,
Yeah.
But
but,
DC could definitely. DC needs to reprint Superman up and away. Yeah, up and away. They got a few. things that are out
Yes,
there.
they kind of did by putting it in the Kurt Busiek collections, so it is out there now. But yeah, they haven't done it. They need to put it as one of the deluxe editions. Like they did, they announced their new deluxe editions. They need to just give it a nice hardcover deluxe edition. But it is
In
in the
fairness-
Kurt Busiek collection.
okay, I will give. I just hear me out on this. I do give Marvel a little bit of a pass because historically, especially their older stuff, is much more in the line of serialized storytelling than a story arc model. DC had more story arcs throughout that like golden age in the I mean like the 80s and 90s, whereas Marvel was very much on a much more just serialized one issue into another. So finding the place to where what you collect is a little weirder for them.
And also, I just searched it up. April next year, we're getting Superman Up and Away. They're reprinting it, just a standard paperback, but they are reprinting it.
Oh, definitely give me a copy, because otherwise it's like $160 for a freaking regular trade.
Yeah. Well, this is $15, so there you go.
Exactly.
Markedly
It's saving
better.
me a lot of money. But it is weird that Marvel has a lot of things that aren't in print.
Yeah.
That
They're
doesn't seem
terrible
like-
about keeping things in print when they need to.
But historically, Marvel stuff in trades and graphic novels have never sold anywhere close to as well as DC's.
No, because they don't have as many. They have just as they have classic runs.
Not
DC has classic stories.
Yeah.
And it's harder to collect a run into something affordable that is going to move a large number of units to justify constantly keeping it in print. It's much easier to keep Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen, and all that, Batman Year One, and all these other things, Man of Steel, Rebirth, all these things in print than like an omnibus of Donny Cates Venom or Claremont X-Men.
Yeah. But also DC has their compact comics, and they're republishing a lot of their classic stories there
Yeah.
as well. And they're only
One of the
$10,
best
and they're
decisions in
amazing.
comics today.
And,
Yep.
and Marvel's got
They're
their
killing it.
Premier edition, which is $5 more, and they put out like 6 or 7.
And a
of them.
different size because they have
Yes.
to be special.
They have to be
Yes.
more
Oh,
expensive.
stupid.
I just read though, aren't they redoing that? And they are going to have the same size as DC now. And they already released, I think, some of the stories that they're going to be putting forth. And what I noticed is a lot of the newer stories that were not that popular.
Yeah, so
They're being stupid.
It's
Yeah.
it's Marvel typically poison pilling whatever they do. They have
Yeah.
like 5 good aspects of a project, and then they stick one poison fucking pill in there so that they could justify why it failed and why they don't need to actually change their model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Oh, we're
DC.
gonna
Raven's Last Hunt and fucking Daredevil Board Again, or
But do it in the
Wolverine
wrong
Most
size.
Wanted.
Do it in the wrong size and at the wrong price point.
Do Ryan North's Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
they'll
instead
do
we'll give
Ryan
you the
North
right
anything.
format. Yeah, the right
Ryan North
format
is one of
at
the most
right
boring
size,
writers
at
out
the
there right now.
Price point with the worst fucking story. This is every single time they stick a poison pill in it. Like, they're that X-Men Outback book that I was like, oh, I really want to read that. And then there's fucking Steve Orlando. Like, fuck you. Fuck you as a company. Like, square up the shit pipe.
Yeah, so they released this information yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I saw it come across my feed.
So
Does
they're
it
doing
show you some of the
basically entire
stories?
Ultimate Universe line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
The
is what
current
DC should do
Ultimate
with their
Universe?
absolute books.
Yeah.
Wait, the new Ultimates line
Yes.
they're doing?
Yeah, 6160.
Wait, the one they killed?
Yeah, the one that they prematurely killed and shot themselves in the
Yes.
foot.
And now they're doing.
That's why I thought it was
Feel
so
like
weird,
poor
the
timing.
stories that they took. Yeah. it
Good job,
just didn't
Marvel.
make sense.
You're retarded.
Yeah.
They really are.
They'll figure
I
it
mean,
out
look,
eventually.
they're moving it all to Burbank and cutting a lot of the dead weight. Like Tom Brevoort ain't going to Burbank. It's like, unfortunately, Nick Lowe probably will, but
Get rid of him. He's like an overgrown tumor you have willfully allowed to fester and grow for the last decade.
So Sparrow, you were not painting a Bella Ramsey.
why in the
or
hell would I be
Best of Us or
painting a
whatever?
Bella Ramsey anything? Have they even made a Bella Ramsey? I don't even want to know if they have. It's never come up on the Geek Fix. You've never shown me a toy like, look, they're putting out an action figure of Bella Ramsey
Hey,
from HBO's The Last
Hold
of Us.
on.
Well, show
Hold
us your
on.
figurine. I wanna see Mr.
Mrs.
Hyde.
Potato Head exists.
Yeah. Let's see this figurine, dude.
It's just a head sculpt I'm painting. It's just in the formative. It's there we go. It's got a lot of red on the face because I'm basically doing I'm redoing the skin, so I'm doing the flushed undertones. So it'll be it's not meant to look
Bella
bloody.
Ramsey.
Whoa.
Okay.
But yeah,
Is that a custom?
that's a custom head sculpt that we did over at Big Head Studios. So
Very
if you
cool.
guys want, now I added to it. I'm going to actually add to the 3D model, but to this one, I just didn't he didn't have enough hair on the back of his head, so I hand sculpted that. But we will be adding that to the 3D model soon.
Talented schmuck.
Mhm.
HH, the fame over at Sigma Comics. Greetings from Terrificon, Connecticut. We're getting it done here with Drew. Keep supporting the channel, the team, and the creators. Indie Comics.
Yeah, Drew is out there with so HH, obviously out there
HH, the man.
slinging some calico, hardest working man in indie comics. HH is
For
always
sure.
out there at a show. Drew is also out there at Terrificon, and Unholy Nightmare has a Simon Bisley, or is it Bisley? Is it Bisley or
I
Bisley?
always say Bisley.
Bisley?
Yeah, Simon. Bisley.
Okay. Simon Bisley variant for Unholy Nightmare exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's a gorgeous cover that Simon did, and super excited about it. And I can't wait to hear from Drew how it was received.
Oh yeah, it looked
Very
great.
nice.
He's been sending me pictures of that thing for 2 months.
Yeah.
I wake up to about 5 texts from Drew every morning,
Is that-
and then continue to get them throughout the day. He's very
He's
excited.
very, very happy with what he's doing, and he should be, man. He's doing some pretty cool stuff.
Exactly.
Jath wants to know, NDAndrew, if Z's gloves are frictionless, how could he grip stuff? Yeah, it'd be like trying to pick something up with.
So
on your
all
hands.
of the
You can't do
all the
that.
white part is a frictionless nanotech material. However, the black part is more like a carbon fiber mesh. So he can still hold things.
So he's got grippies. Are they good enough
He's
for him to
like
walk up
Spider-Man.
walls and stuff?
No, he's not. He's not crawling up any walls. No, not like that.
But can he run up a wall?
Depends on how fast he's moving.
Exactly.
There's some
I think he
physics
can.
involved with that.
Yeah. So he's going fast enough.
Sandal says Doc is slowly realizing DC was always better.
No, No, I'm saying their collected edition program is 100% better. It always has been. The only company that matches DC for their collected edition is Image.
Image is so good about their collected editions.
Yeah, but they don't have anything that really crosses over either. So it's super fucking easy to keep all your collected editions straight and collect everything when you don't have to worry about, these 6 issues that are 3 in this book, 2 in this book, and 1 in this book, which series does it get added to the collected edition of?
Yeah.
Or do we just separate that out into its own collected
Unless we're
edition?
talking about early 2000s or through mid 2000s, like the Witchblade Darkness stuff when they did the artifacts crossover.
Yeah.
I have the
Volume 1 is
compendium.
always $5 cheaper over at Image. I love that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I think it was only $10 for the first volume of the new Witchblade relaunch. But I've got the compendiums of the old run, and I have the more recently released hardcover with the dust jackets that they were putting up on Kickstarter. Yeah. And I have the individual trades as they were releasing those, and I've got the individual issues. They don't make it difficult to get a hold of their stuff.
No.
Yeah,
and
they really
Dark
don't.
Horse has the best
the most beautiful for sure.
the really
Horse.
high quality premium editions outside of
their library editions are really nice.
Are
They're
really
so
cool.
nice. So nice, yeah.
Jazz says comic arcs that ended better than they started. Actually, we just had one of those. I think the Ezra Kane Peril of the Brutal Dark started out fine and just got better and better as it went along. I would also say the Superman Book of L series, Dylan, that is about to
Phil
finish
Kennedy.
up. I thought it started out fine, but it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and better as it adds up all these future Superman family members. It's gotten really good.
Book of L's been great. It's just sad we only got one more issue and then no more PKJ on Superman for who knows how long.
I'll be picking up the trade for that for sure. I was enjoying.
They just
the
announced
single issues.
the Omnibus 2 coming out next year, so that'll
That'll
collect all
include
that.
this too, right?
Yeah,
It'll collect all of it. The Book of L.
Yeah.
Omnibus for what?
For Philip Kennedy Johnson, because we got the first part of his omnibus already, and part 2's next year.
So it'll have War. No, I'm sorry. The War Journal from Green Lantern.
I don't know if I don't think it'll have that. It has all his Superman stuff. It'll have the rest of his Superman stuff that wasn't collected in the first omnibus, which includes Book of L.
Yeah.
I think a couple Absolute books have gotten stronger over time. I think the general consensus, Absolute Superman, for sure. Though I was enjoying it from the start, but there were a couple of issues where it kind of veered off the rails and didn't involve Clark at all. And I'm just like, okay, pretty art, interesting world building. Where's the main character? Where's Superman?
Where's
right?
Superman?
But it has.
You plan on putting
better.
some Superman in your Superman book, right?
Right. Hello. Right. That's definitely gotten better. Though I was a little frustrated with this recent issue from this week. It was cool, but I feel like they could have held off on the reveal for Metallo just a little bit longer. I feel like it should have been at least a 2-issue thing, but it was still really good, and I'm enjoying the run. Absolute Flash is finally readable. It took 15 issues.
That is the best example of this. The first 12 issues.
Yeah. I was just like, why are we?
First 12 issues.
It was a snooze fest for me. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm so bored.
Yeah,
and then really slow.
And I like the secondary artist better also.
The secondary artist is way better. I liked the layouts. Why am I blanking on his name? That was initially doing the interiors. His layouts were really cool, but the new artist is absolutely much better in both layouts and just
Nick
overall
Robles.
line work. Robles, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got good covers, but his interiors, he just doesn't render his faces very well for me. I don't know. Art is subjective for a lot of people. There are plenty of artists that people love that I'm not a fan of, but that book has finally become something worth reading on a monthly basis. When at first I was just like, why am I really only still here because it's a Flash book and I'm a Flash collector? Is this the entire reason why I'm still here? And now I'm like, oh no, I'm still here because I'm actually enjoying the book now. It took Again,
Yeah.
14 issues, but for the love of God, should not take that
The
long for
inclusion
the
of
book to
Linda
become
has
readable.
helped so much.
It really has, and it's also made it more distinct, right? Because otherwise, you just have Kid Flash in a darker world. But I like when you add in Linda and you add in Grodd. Like, that's interesting to me. I like that little dynamic. That's fun.
Then I'll throw in like Hickman's East of West starts out kind of intriguing and really interesting, and he does a lot of world building for like 10 or 12 issues, and then everything kind of kicks into higher gear, and it just kind of builds and builds and builds until you get to, what is it, issue 46 or something like that when it ends. So that was another really good run there. That definitely ended better than it started. Man, then Sadel says, hand Marvel Comics to the writer of Commando from 1985.
The Arnold
Jeff
movie?
Loeb? Jeff Loeb?
Maybe. Did he write Commando?
He did?
I think that's the most overrated Arnold movie there is, although it's still enjoyable.
I mean, it's no Predator, but it's fun.
Well, not that it's Predator. That's almost a perfect film. But
What's
not even
imperfect
Running
about
Man.
what is imperfect about Predator? What do you mean almost a perfect film? It is a perfect film.
So, you've totally offended Aaron. By
The
saying
only
that.
way it could have been better is if they added in the Full House theme at the end where they're showing the credits. Because it definitely looks like it's a sitcom. I've seen that online. Somebody did that, and it's like it
Somebody's done a
perfectly
fan
fits.
edit of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Predator's amazing because it starts out as just like a normal war action flick. And then
But you
turns into
kick
this
off the
crazy-
film with Long Tall Sally. You're in for a good
Yeah.
time, man. Like,
You know what? I'll give you this caveat, Wes. It's almost a perfect film. They just need to cut the opening where it shows the Predator coming to Earth. We don't need to know that. That was a studio thing. They were like, people aren't going to get this. It would have been much better if you didn't know he was from space until the end. You were just like, what the hell is
reason
this?
it's not perfect is because the perfect Arnold film is Conan the Barbarian.
I don't know. There's no Predator in that.
Yeah, but it's
Good point.
that is
you
a
got a man turning
differentiating
into a
factor.
giant snake.
That is definitely a
No,
differentiating
that's
factor.
by the
between
way,
the
there is an upcoming line from Doomface where he's going to say that he will not turn himself into a giant snake. It never helps.
I love the wink and nod humor and references that you put in there without making it feel like MCU, like we're just going to throw in a bunch of pop culture references because haha member berries, right? It actually feels sincere and earnest, and Doomface has this wonderful blend of, at least to me, the theatricality of somebody like Doctor Doom and like the camp of somebody like from He-Man, you know, like that type of a blend is amazing.
Oh,
Right.
thank you. Yeah,
I think it works so well.
I mean, that was the influence, was basically Doctor Doom, Skeletor, Hordak, you know, a little bit of visual from Primeval, from the real, or from the Ghostbusters with the gorilla. You know,
Yeah.
there's it was just like 80s villains
Guys,
mixed in. with
read
Dr.
this
Doom.
book. It's a ton of fun.
Also, Sparrow, you should read the Masters of the Universe Genesis #1 that came out this week, dude.
Who wrote it?
It was from.
It's a Masters of the Universe book, so I'm going to guess it's Tim Seeley.
It's not Tim
That's
Seeley.
not
That's
Tim.
why I
What?
read it.
Oh, it's not Tim Sheridan, is it? Because there's
No.
two Tims that work on Masters of the Universe. Seeley is good.
I'm forgetting who it was. So I'll get it here in a second. Oh my goodness, who's doing Masters of the Universe? Is that Dark Horse? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was.
it was Rich Duick.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not
Gavin
familiar
Smith
with
on art.
his work. I will check it out.
And it's the origins of Eternia from the perspective of Skeletor. There's a good amount of Hordak in there.
Very cool.
Yes, it was quite enjoyable. But Jeff Loeb also had a good book this week. He had the X-Men of Apocalypse Omega issue, which is the end of his series there, and it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of good stuff in there, and Simone DeMeo absolutely knocked it out the park.
I love his art so much.
Yeah, he's Joe Mad, but a little bit different. So
Very stylized.
check that one out. I feel like we missed something. We did miss something. There was a Batman thing up here. Am I going to be able to find it? Because Aaron skipped it.
In the comics?
What?
He was
Yes.
anticipating your belated return.
Glorious
Yes.
return. I was like,
Yes.
Wes is going to want to talk about this one. He won't want to miss this.
Yes. Yes, there it is. This will get us right into the topic. Matthew Ledbetter. I don't know why, but I can't get into Fraction's Batman run. It's not bad like Tom King's, it's not bland like James Tynan's, and not boring like Chip Zdarsky's.
So for me, my answer to that would be is because there's no consistency. I think there have been some great issues in this Batman run, and then the next issue will be pure dog shit. There's no consistency. Like this last issue, I really liked. I thought this latest issue that came out this week was really good, and there's a couple issues like that in this run. But you never know what you're gonna get next issue. You don't know if it's gonna be like, oh, now we're seeing like Tim Drake on a date and we're seeing Batgirl go to prison, or if it'll be like this where it's like Batman's fighting assassins and it's really interesting. And like this, I really like this latest issue. That moment where they're saying, why is everyone coming to Gotham? And you see like Batman do this little smirk because they're coming from Bruce Wayne. I love that so much. That was great. But it's just,
there's really good character work in this week's issue.
Yeah.
That's where this week's issue shines. What I have from an editorial standpoint, and Aaron, you can, either agree or disagree with me on this. What issue 12 of Fraction's Batman does that really annoys me is that almost every new page has new characters captioned and new locations captioned all over the place. And there's just no flow to the story. You're jumping from one location to the next with every new page. And it gives you no time to really settle into the story. But then you'll have like a couple of pages in a row that's Bruce and Damian and Verity, who so far I'm really enjoying. And I really hope the Fraction doesn't do the really easy route, which is, guess what? Psych, she was a villain all along. Like, okay, I've seen that card played only 8 million times, right? In 30 plus years of reading comics. So can we not go the lame, boring, played out route with that? But otherwise, yeah, I'm with Dylan. Like, there's a massive inconsistency with Fraction's run. You'll have those issues that are stellar, and then issues where it's like, why are we here? And there's no follow through on any of the new ideas that he presents.
He's introduced like 15 plot threads.
Yeah, he introduces like 6 different villains in this one issue.
Yeah.
Maybe he's letting his wife write every other book, Oh
God.
What else is she doing?
That would explain a lot.
But I find it terribly frustrating, Tommy, because the art is amazing. Jorge Jimenez is great here, but I don't even understand what Matt Fraction is trying to say about Batman, or even demonstrate with it. What is he trying to show using the character? And it feels like everything is just random. One week there's the Minotaur. One week you got Joker in a back to tank. One week we have an anime samurai girl trying to kill him and a scientist.
That was a cool issue, though.
That was a great issue.
It was a cool issue, though.
Dr. Annika Hotlegs, freaking Zeller, Jorge Jimenez.
That's her name. I love it.
Jorge Jimenez draws such fantastic female characters.
But that was a great issue, but you'd never even talk about the things that happen in there for like another 3 months.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned Minotaur, right? Like, he just showed up in this week's issue for like a page and a half. It was like, oh, I haven't seen him since like issue 4.
And I think he faked his own death. Why?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. For no reason. Like, why do I care? You haven't given me any reason to care about this new villain. I think the concept of him is something that's been done before.
He's literally a combination of 2 Tynan characters.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yes. He's a combination of I can't remember what's the name, the broker or whatever, and the dude
there was like his
underbroker, and there was one other character. I can't remember the name of the other character. The dude that had like a D on his face or something.
The Joker on that island.
Yeah. It was in their Dark Designs.
But
right?
I can't remember the name of like
arc.
who that character's supposed to be. He had like the camo and like the D on his face. It's literally a combination of those 2 characters. That's what the Minotaur is exactly.
Yep.
But he murdered like Penguin's niece. He killed like all these people associated with these crime bosses. Then you never went back to it.
Yeah,
it felt like a big deal.
Yeah, because part of the pitch for this at the beginning was like, we're going to have like, this is going to be serialized, where it's going to be more like one-off issues. But then he sets up a lot of threads where it's like, this would be interesting in an actual story arc, but we're not doing that. But then also you could kind of like, as a fan, make your own story. It'll be like, well, issue 1 connects to like issue 4, and like you could kind of put it together and be like, if you read this all at once, it reads kind of like a standard story arc. But that's not how it's being published. So
I feel like he's maybe writing it for the trade, but even then, I'm trying to picture it in the trade, and unlike, say, Souls.
But where would you stop and begin with
Carnage?
the trade?
yeah,
Though?
yeah,
Right? Like, because it's all over the place. You'd have to do
Yeah.
I don't know, a 14-issue trade or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like, I
They
feel like I'm
blew
going to
up
have
Wayne
schizophrenia
Manor.
reading it.
And all of Batman's infrastructure in one issue, it was,
In
Commissioner's-
one panel. It was
Which
like
was
a panel and a half.
it was
They
so
haven't-
unimpactful
They haven't
too.
even talked about it since. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't even happen.
yeah. Like in like 3 issues, they'll go back to it and they'll talk about it. Like that's what's gonna happen. But I will
Sucks
say,
when it blew up our house.
as much as it's a mixed bag, I am much more enjoying it than Zdarsky or Tynan's run because the good is so
I'm actually
much better.
enjoying it.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I-
Timon's early run, like earlier on. in
It
his
started
run.
out very interesting, and then
and then he jumped into
quickly-
Joker War so quickly, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why are we
Where it
here
dies,
already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it
Why are you
Something
blowing
happened
your
to us.
wad like 5 minutes in?
Same thing happened to his Justice League Dark, which starts out absolutely amazing, and then he does a crossover with Wonder Woman, and it never gets back to where it was because he jumped into the big crossover event story too quickly.
Yeah, it's not having enough faith in your audience to like be willing to follow through with the lower stakes stuff before you just decide to blow up the world, right? And add in all these other characters. And it's have a little more trust in your audience. As long as you're telling a good story and it's interesting, you don't need to throw in the Joker in issue 12 of a brand new run, right? You don't need to, I don't know, add Wonder Woman into this team that can already stand on its own, and people are here for the unique makeup of this team, right? When you're talking Justice League Dark. You don't need to blow up Wayne Manor. Like, when I saw them do that, I was like, wasn't it just like 15 minutes ago that Bruce Wayne didn't have his fortune anymore?
Yeah.
And, why are we constantly cycling? You get one of those maybe in a decade, right? Don't be doing that like every other run. That it loses its impact.
What we've been getting, that's been the big thing lately over like the past decade, is just like Gotham gets taken over by some villain. Bruce loses his fortune and doesn't have the manor in the Batcave. He has to relocate somewhere else. Like, you're getting like constant. The Bat family gets all kind of split up and divisive, and it's like
That's the big time.
it's
That's a big deal
repeating.
the first time it happens. It's not as big of a deal the 16th time that it happens in a
exactly.
3-year period.
Yeah. And
There are so many different directions that this run could go in from a storytelling standpoint.
It's already going in that many directions. That's one of the
every
problems.
every 2 pages, I'm like, okay, we're going in this direction, and then you read like 2 pages, like, no, we're going in this direction. Like, if you were to look at a map of everything that Batman in general is having to deal with, it would be insane. It would be a full circle with lines going everywhere, and I'm just not sure where issue 13 is going to be.
yeah, you can make one of those like schizo threads with like the reds going everywhere. Like, this is all
Not one of
connected
them
right now.
connects to the other.
But it's still good enough to continue to reading. I don't have it on my
Yeah.
pull list. I'm enjoying it though. I'm just reading it on the app, but it'd be really interesting to see if there's going to be one through line eventually that starts to take place. But right now, it's all over the place. I'm just not sure what to be emotionally attached to.
Yeah, for me, the good outweighs the bad so far with the
Yes.
run, but it's very mixed, and it still makes me so sad because we just had one of the best Bat books in recent memory with PKJ's Batman and Robin,
PKJ.
and that's
that could have gone
It's like,
100 issues, man. That could have gone a
yeah, and that was part of one of my issues with this Batman run, which I don't necessarily blame Fraction for, but more of editorial, because he was retreading ground that was already covered. And very recently in PKJ's Batman and Robin, like what he was doing with Damian, and when Damian was talking to Tim, and Tim's like, I hope one day you discover there's more outside the costume of Robin. It's like, he just learned that Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't blame Fraction for that, but Fraction doesn't necessarily have to do that. But editorial needs to be like, hey, we just went through this. You can't be doing that. Like,
Right, like
someone's got to say that.
Who are your editors handling the Bat line of books that are not like connecting those dots and being like, hey, this has already been addressed here, so you're going to need to make a dialogue tweak.
Yeah,
I'm not sure there's one person managing all of it. I think there's an editor attached to each issue, but they're different editors, right? So,
but then you should have like a
was
head of
working with-
story group for the Bat line in general that is in
should.
communication with all of them, so you
I
don't
just not
have
think-
all this miscommunication.
I think
I'm
they
not
kind
sure
of do,
that's
because I
happening.
remember that guy was there at Emerald City Comic Con when they had like their DC What's Next panel. He was like the head Bat editor, but I guess I can't remember who it was, but I guess he's not really doing much because
I feel like in issue 11, Fraction did try to bring in a little bit of PKJ's story with Damian and Bruce with the relationship, and then giving him that responsibility at the end and switching the role and him taking Damian's role in that issue. I felt like he tried to bring that in so that there would be something that you could relate to PKJ's. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah. So I guess with this new issue, we kind of talked a little bit about, but not too much. What did you guys think of the new Pennyworth?
I like her so far.
Yeah.
I'm game for her. Like, I don't have any issue with the character's existence. For me, it's like, all right, how are you going to write her? Is she just going to be female Alfred, or is she going to be her own character? I don't need a reskinned Alfred at that point. Just do some comic book BS and bring back Alfred.
Yeah.
But if you make her own character, which so far she has, it seems like some tones and notes that are her own thing, I'm here for it. But we've only had her now for a single issue.
Yeah.
So I will reserve judgment for when we have a little bit more screen time with her. But I like that she's adding another dynamic and another layer to like the Bat family here. And I'm good with that.
It could be 10 more issues before we see the next little blurb.
She might not appear again until issue 24, right? Like, who knows what's crashing right now?
That's one of those lines on the pinwheel of where we're going with this story. So we'll see in 10 issues what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just getting into the kitchen right now.
Yeah. But I like her so far too. I thought she was good in this issue. She had a good dynamic with Bruce and Damian. I like that. She wasn't overbearing or annoying.
No, she wasn't haughty.
Yeah, and she proved herself useful right away. I like her so far.
Yeah, agree.
Did you guys talk about Alfred?
We just
started talking about Verity.
Yeah.
No, but is Alfred an AI? Is he just a figment of
hallucination? I think
is in Bruce's noggin.
Yeah.
The way they did it this week, it looked like Verity and Damian could hear the conversation because the speech bubbles were like with them.
I didn't get that at all. It didn't look like anyone was acknowledging Alfred other than Bruce. I didn't get that at all this issue.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird. But
it's a strange way to go about it. And right now, I'm not convinced or confident that Fraction's going to actually pay that off. Because if you want to have, maybe your B plot or your C plot even be something that, hey, Bruce is having some level of a mental breakdown here, or maybe this is a coping mechanism to where he's trying to speak with the memory that he has internally of Alfred. You can do that, but so far there's been no acknowledgement of that, and so it's just either Bruce. That's why so many people like Wes, you just now, is Alfred an AI or what? Right? People are still asking that question because there's no clarification really given right now. Right. And the way that is being written on panel is kind of confusing.
Yeah. I wish they would clear that one up. But there was a big rumor that Alfred was going to come back in Batman Hush 2. Obviously, that never happened. But
Batman Hush 2 is never going to finish. So we won't know.
That's true. So you don't think we'll ever get the final 6 issues?
Maybe in 2033. I don't know. Like, no knock to Jim. I know he's having like health issues and things like that. But like, if you are not in a position to be able to handle a monthly, deadline on books, then pass the art duties off to somebody.
We were told that they started with a huge lead time so that he could knock this stuff out. And it turns out that wasn't true, or even a huge lead time isn't enough to get him to finish a book. Listen, I know. There's red carpets to appear on. You gotta sell sketches for $30,000. On tour. I understand all that, but honor your commitments.
They should just
the interior grind is a lot of work.
The Jeff Loeb Wonder Woman Batman team up.
Jim Chung.
Yeah, Jim Chung. They should just get him to do it. He looked.
Oh, was The Truth? That's what that one was. The one shot. I actually quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
I thought the art was amazing. Just get him
or just team Jeff Loeb up with a better X-Men artist in Mark Silvestri.
Hire
Mark Silvestri
here for
had
it.
a really good Batman Joker story.
Oh man, I've got
great.
that on my shelf in hardcover.
But
right
also,
now.
didn't that take him like 8 years to do? So
It was announced and it came out about a decade later.
So maybe it's not the best replacement for Chip Lee.
No, I'm just saying, like theme wise, you got certain things have to match. It's like poetry when it rhymes.
Hey,
This is stellar right here.
It's still
It's
not as bad as Jeff Loeb, J. Scott Campbell's Spider-Man.
Oh my God, did that happen? I don't even remember.
No, but it's been 20 years since it was announced.
Doc's still waiting for the first issue.
Campbell
It was
doesn't need to do
announced in like
interiors.
2008.
Last time Campbell did interiors was when he was still doing interiors for Danger Girl.
No, he
No.
did some on
Right?
on Spawn 300.
He did but
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
yes,
read
he
that
did. He
issue.
did like one page of interiors. He did one for Marvel 1000, but more than like a full issue. The last full issue that J. Scott Campbell did was Wildsiders #2. It was that one that was like Hard Light Voltron that he like had an idea for that only got 2 issues before he gave up. It was right after Danger Girl #7 finished.
I don't think you're gonna get that J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man book, Doc.
I don't think it's happening.
No.
Yeah.
Although
Don't-
there
don't
was a
put money
rumor
on
it was
it.
going to get, there was a rumor it was going to get actually announced at SDCC this year. Didn't happen.
Again.
Yeah, like they were going to say it's actually coming in like 2027 because like it's actually done.
So I'll file that away with StarCraft Ghost in terms of things that are happening.
Yeah.
So Tommy,
Anybody
I
who's
see you got
gamers
the
understand that.
Green Lantern hat on. And me personally, I loved Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern run up
Mhm.
until Kyle Rayner took over.
Yeah.
And I have been incredibly frustrated with that book as well. Now,
Yeah, me as well. It's not the best storyline from Jeremy. It's probably I love Jeremy Adams. I think almost everything he does is amazing. This run has been a little tough. I'm hoping that he's been so busy with the Nightfall, writing for Nightfall for part 1, which is coming out. He was on the first arc. I think there's 3 arcs, and he did the first one. Then he obviously has Aquaman, and who knows what else he's working on from a WB standpoint on the animated side. I'm hoping he was just really busy, but the whole Kyle Rayner storyline has not been fun.
Bring him back
Not my
on
favorite.
Flash for the love of baby Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good run. That was a really good run, and it hasn't been the same since. So
Oh, I dropped it.
yeah,
I dropped the book.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
supposedly Ryan North's Flash has gotten better for the last 2 or 3 issues, but
Well, the first 2 issues were so
Impossible.
bad that I couldn't read it after the second issue. Like I texted my buddy that's my co-host for our Thursday night comic show, Foil Variant, here on YouTube, and I was halfway through the issue, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. This is just
doesn't want
not.
to do it anymore.
Well, as a friend of mine once said, friends don't let friends read Ryan North.
Your friend was wise.
But the most interesting thing happening in Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern run right now, Dylan, is the 2 pages of Hal Jordan we get with
Yes.
Toby
Yep.
Y2K every issue.
Yep. It's the only interesting thing. You see like actual action, adventure, peril, like interesting things are happening. And then it's like, oh, now we're back to Kyle Rayner dealing with cyber bullies and like an alien plastic surgeon. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
Then
bad
you
for
have-
Kyle Rayner fans if that book is just not the business.
So
Yeah,
many were
it's
excited.
bad. Yeah, and it's tough too because the oversized issue where they first brought Kyle in was really good.
Really
Like,
good.
That
Yeah,
was
that
good.
first issue was good.
They're like, oh, because I was dreading them bringing Kyle in to take over Hal, and then that first issue was good, really good. I was like, all right, I guess this was probably pretty interesting. There's just the subject matter has been so boring. I don't care
Yeah.
about Star-Faced Girl and her Hollywood career. It's been so bad.
Yeah. The best Green Lantern issue we got was that Aquaman issue with Green Lantern shows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
such a good issue.
that was
Well,
awesome.
I love the way
Yeah.
that Hal was looking at Aquaman after he
Yeah.
used all his powers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell did that
It's like
come from?
you okay, buddy? Yeah.
you got a lot of power there. You might want to watch it, buddy. Because
Yeah,
I
he
think
even
you
said that,
paralyzed
right?
once.
Yeah, I've been there, right?
You're
There's
making
been
me
some
nervous
changes you
here.
might not be aware of, Hal.
Yeah, I thought that was great stuff.
Their dynamic was really cool. I'd totally be down for more of that.
Same.
I've liked almost all of his weird little team up books that he did. I think what did he do? Hal with Barry. He did Hal with.
Hal with Batman was really good.
Yes, yeah, he did like 2 or 3 of those little team up books. He's really good at it.
Give him a
But-
Brave and the Bold.
Oh yeah,
That would be incredible. I mean, he wants to be on Batman, which is probably not a secret. I think any writer would, but he would be amazing, I think. Especially a dynamic with Damian. I wish he could take over that storyline from PKG, because I think he would do justice.
You know what's weird is they've killed my interest in Batman so thoroughly that I would not want to write Batman. I would not want to have to come in and pick up any of the threads that they've left Batman with.
You should go read the Phil Kennedy Johnson Batman and Robin story that he did.
So good.
Yeah, no,
Dylan's
Dylan's recommended it a lot, and I'm gonna pick up the trades on that. Because,
Joshua Williamson's run on that was good too.
Yeah. I'd like to buy them personally because I know that I'll see PKG at a couple of shows this year. So I'd like to buy the trades personally from him so he can sign them. So I'll probably end up doing that.
Probably one of my favorite Batman runs in a long time. Time.
Yeah. What's that movie with dang it, the guy from Taken, Liam Neeson?
He's been in a lot of movies. Which one are we talking about?
It's either a train,
The Phantom Menace,
or a car.
You're not narrowing it down.
By the way,
his daughter in all of them.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's
by the way,
what it is.
Literally the same movie, just on 3 different vehicles.
I watched Krull again since the first time that I've seen it since I saw it as a kid. And I was like, holy shit, Liam Neeson's in this.
Yes. He's also an Excalibur. But no,
Yes.
he's in a movie called Next of Kin with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Where
that's the first place I remember seeing him.
This guy from Georgia goes to Chicago or New York or whatever, and he gets killed, and his brother, who's like a sheriff, goes up there to investigate, and his crazy brother is blowing up all these gangsters and stuff, and that's Liam Neeson. And that Quiet Man absolutely reminds me of that Liam Neeson character from Next to Kid, where he just starts showing up and blowing up all the Penguin shit. It was great.
I tried to rewatch Excalibur recently, and I ended up turning it off. I couldn't get through it.
What is wrong with you?
It's so boring.
You don't like the movies?
I remember liking it. I remember liking it when I was young, but I couldn't get through it. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where maybe I wasn't in the right frame of mind to sit down and watch it. But I'll give it another try. But yeah, Drew was like, "What?" Because he mentioned Excalibur, and I was like, "Oh, I tried to rewatch it. I couldn't get into it." And he was like, "Oh, are you out of your mind?"
The Uther stuff and get through him pulling the sword, and then all the business picks up.
Yeah, that's the part that I was having. That's where I turned it off. Is I was like, "Oh, I'm so bored with this."
Yeah, I mean, it's not Krull. I mean, I'm not going to lie here. Krull's pretty amazing, but Excalibur's a great film.
Krull is one of those great '80s movies where it's like, I don't really know what the motivation of any of these characters are or why they're here, but here they are, and then they go on an adventure, and then most of them die, and you don't care, and by the end, you're like, all right, he got the girl.
It's the same motivation as every '80s fantasy movie. They kidnap the princess.
That's right, and then the guy gets a thing, and meets a bunch of dudes.
Oh man, Dylan, have you seen Krull?
No.
Oh, dude, it's the most '80s fantasy movie you've ever seen in your life. It's absolutely fantastic. Man, it's good shit right there. All right, let's hear for the peoples. King KDI says, "Who took over Ben Abernathy's job at DC Comics?" I think it was Katie Kubert, right?
Katie.
Didn't she get promoted to senior editor? It's basically in charge of Batman now?
I thought it was Katie Kubert. Yeah, I know it was a Kubert.
Oh, is it?
What was that?
So what happened to Ben Abernathy at DC Comics, guys?
No, he's the new executive editor over at Skybound.
Yeah, but what happened at DC? Did something happen?
No, I think he was replaced and he went to Skybound. I don't know if something happened that caused him to leave or if they just poached him, but he went to Skybound and now he's
I just assumed that Tom King got him fired. I mean, that's just what I assume about every editor that leaves.
No, I don't. That was not the story I heard.
Like that.
Maybe.
If only Tom King could get fired.
Yeah. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. On a side note, what actor do you think was the biggest miscast for their respective comic book character? For me, it's Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. That's a very good one.
I will see you that, and I will raise you Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, or whoever the hell that character was supposed to be.
That was bad.
And I'll raise you Jamie Foxx as Electro.
He at least had a good performance.
It bothered me that much, though. Jamie Foxx's Electro.
I liked him in
what that was.
I liked him in No Way Home. Yeah, he was just given a shit version of Electro. I liked him better in No Way Home, but I would also add Nick Cage as Ghost Rider to that list.
Doc loves
Kalichi
Nick
Oki
Cage.
said Jared Leto as Joker, and I have to agree with that.
Oh yeah, man, there's been a lot of bad. Yeah, all these are
That's a really bad Joker.
worse than Nick Cage as Ghost Rider.
All right, let's hear from the the movie aficionado. Dylan, who's the worst cast in superhero movie history?
I think he set the stage with that Jesse Eisenberg Lex Luthor. I hated that so much.
That's a
Oh,
pretty
so
awful
bad.
casting. That's
Oh,
top
so
or
bad.
bottom 3, I guess.
You didn't like all the noises that he made as he shoved a Jolly Rancher into another man's mouth?
Thing was
There's a
so
weird
bad.
thing about somebody's peach tea that ended up being piss or something.
Yes,
How
yeah.
did Superman not walk into that hearing and just be like, all right, I'm here to test it. It's a jar of piss in
It
here.
smell like pee.
To be fair, he probably smells piss all the time. Like, like it's just goes with the job. It's probably just like
We
all
probably
the
just
time.
assumed it was Skeet Ulrich's character's his colostomy bag.
Yeah. Can't be insensitive about that.
It's not Skeet Ulrich either, is it? It's some other actor who has got a name like Scooter or something.
Yes, exactly. I literally think it is something like Scooter. I can't remember his name, but he was in a bunch of random stuff at that time. That guy played the cripple that bombed everyone.
Yep.
God, that movie's so bad.
Kalichi Oki says, so what happened with the crossover books with DC and Marvel? We got Batman, Deadpool, Superman, Spider-Man, then that's it? And I skipped
Hold
Captain
on.
America, Wonder Woman.
It was Scoot McNairy.
There you go.
Yes.
Man,
Good old.
that is
that
the
sounds
name.
like a character in a comic book, so I guess
Right.
I understand. But
It sounds like somebody didn't know how to spell Scott in the hospital.
yeah, they just Scoot. Or they're Canadian.
I thought that they had announced that there were going to be more crossovers, but we haven't had any details yet.
That's what I thought as well.
But they did a couple of digital only, like a Fantastic Four Flash, maybe or something.
Yeah,
like
they had Jeremy Adams write that, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
I didn't
actually
read that one.
pretty. That was actually pretty fun. You know what? I would actually put a good writer on it, like an actual good writer, as we would ideally like on all of these. I would want a Kara Zor-El and Carol Danvers one.
But Carol Danvers from when she was Miss Marvel, or
Or
Her and
even now,
Warburg.
but write her as a likable character instead of how they've been writing her for the last
it's
I don't
tough
know,
to go.
decade and a half.
Yeah, it's tough to go back. I mean, Kelly Sue DeConnick made her a self-insert, which made her just a colossal bitch.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm a massive fan of Brian Reed's run on Miss Marvel. I thought that was a fantastic run. And then,
Beautiful Lopresti art on that run.
yeah.
Could we make them somehow cousins since they have the same last name and all that stuff?
Kissing
Oh!
cousins, Wes?
Kara
Be odd.
Danvers is adopted.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, we'd probably do it. I don't know if they were going to do like a female superhero crossover. I'd rather see Wonder Woman Storm probably. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be pretty cool. Again, just get a good writer on it that writes both characters to be interesting.
You know what's
We
weird?
don't get good Wonder Woman writers these days.
Yeah, put Kelly Thompson on it. Then I'm like, wait, I haven't really liked much of anything else she's done besides this absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Other
I
than,
think
like,
that,
Mr. and Mrs.
that and
X.
that and Jeff, like those are the only two things I've ever enjoyed from her.
Oh, thank God!
Oh,
I
you
knew
are-
were replacing
you are-
Sully for a
yeah.
reason.
Yeah, he did replace Sully. Good job, Andrew.
You're welcome. But I'm serious because I also play Marvel Rivals, and when Marvel Rivals really popped off, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Jeff! I'm world's biggest Jeff fan." It's like you didn't know who Jeff was until 30 seconds ago. Shut up!
I
You don't
still
know
care
Jeff.
who Jeff is.
I've been reading that goofy little Calvin and Hobbes knockoff comic for a while now.
Listen, I like Jeff. I hate that he's a part of the Marvel universe. That is because I think that he's one of those characters that breaks the universe by
He
existing.
should be like Captain Caveman, a comic book within the comic book.
Yeah,
That's
or
fine.
like or just in like kids versions of the Marvel universe that are that are made for children. Like that's fine. And then in the mainline Marvel universe, yeah, he's a comic book character. I
Well,
think that works better.
You could do it in that what was the one the Chris Eliopoulos Franklin Richards.
In his rip-off Bill Watterson style that he does?
Yeah, his rip-off Bill Watterson thing.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done it in there and kept it to there, and it would have been fine.
So I expect that we will get more crossovers, but they haven't announced them yet. Then he says, Doc and panel, what are your thoughts on the X-Men casting? I think they nailed the Emma Frost casting.
Yeah.
Oh man, Samara Weaving, that makes me
nailed
happy.
them both.
The only problem that I'm going to have with Samara Weaving as Emma is if she has to scream. She is so good for horror movies because her scream sounds like a horse neigh. And it's going to be really off-putting in an X-Men movie.
No one's going to pay attention to that.
I was like, wow,
She's
some
the only
crazy
casting
detail,
I
Doc.
Yeah,
she's the only casting I've
spectacular
seen
for
in
horror
it.
movies.
I'm glad that they didn't do the Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid as Cyclops because he did not work.
Oh, yeah.
No, but they picked somebody who's almost as bland in the photos that they've showed. I mean, maybe like he'll, maybe once they put a hairpiece on him and he works out and, maybe he'll
that's
show up
kind
and
of
he'll look like
Cyclops, though. Cyclops is kind of bland.
Yeah, but
He's bland looking, but he has charisma.
Yes, but that's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
pull
Well,
up
like
Jean Grey.
Aaron's
He's
talking
supposed to
about
be good
pictures of the guy.
Oh yeah, but
So
okay,
he
but
looks
also
bland, and so
well, let me
he's
like
a guy that looks
let me
bland.
say like I like Sadie Sink. I think she's a pretty young woman, but I don't think she's pretty enough to be
Jean
Jean.
Grey. No.
Also, I think
so
that
you
like
gotta
casting.
cast Cyclops down because he can't be too hot for.
No, I mean you got to cast. I mean, look, I agree with. I think it was Disparu that said that all superheroes should be 10s. And
Yes.
in general, I agree with that. I think that you should be going
Except for
for
Toad. Although
yeah, I mean, the monstrous, the villains, fat dudes like the Blob, obviously that's, or any character that's like a horrible monster hero, like a Swamp Thing or a Sludge or a Man Thing, anybody who's like a freak show. So I think that you need to be aiming higher. I think Samara Weaving
Perfect
fits the
10,
bill.
Solomon Grundy.
Yes. I think that Samara Weaving fits the bill. Everybody else that I've seen, I'm just kind of like, I don't,
You know what?
I don't care. Like,
It reminds me a little too much of the later First Class universe castings, like when they added the Cyclops casting.
That was an
Honestly,
awful casting for Scott.
Sophie Turner as Jean, fucking boring as shit. The guy that played Nightcrawler, way too pretty to be Nightcrawler.
I thought that
like-
Nightcrawler looked like a freak. That guy looked really weird.
but isn't
but he had like very like effeminate features that
you liked his cheekbones.
it looked weird. The fucking terrible, boring. I mean, granted, they've never gotten Angel right, but somehow this one was even worse than the one from the first movie, like the Bryan Singer movie.
It's from X2, I think is
Yeah.
what
No, it was
where
3.
Warren showed up. Oh yeah,
3.
you're right. No, it was 3 because that was the one where they were
because
talking
it was
about
the Cure.
Yeah, like
Sure, yeah.
opens up with him like
'Cause-
taking off his wings, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was the Joss Whedon arc with the Cure.
Yeah.
They should
Actually,
get
I-
Austin Butler to play fucking Angel. He'd be perfect.
I actually disagree with Doc
Austin
that
Butler?
Nightcrawler is
Austin
not supposed to be attractive. I think Nightcrawler is supposed to be attractive. I think that the way, especially
I-
the way that Alan Davis portrayed him in Excalibur, I think he's supposed to be handsome. He's just blue and furry and looks
He's
like a
got
demon.
fingers
Yeah,
and a tail.
Handsome, not pretty.
not pretty. Okay, that's fair.
It's handsome in the
That's-
D&D
that's what I
tiefling.
mean.
Well, you know what?
Sort of
That's just it. That's just it. We don't have masculine actors anymore to portray these characters. We've got a bunch of soft-looking dudes.
Yeah, you
playing
got Timothy
weirdos.
Chalamet.
Mhm.
Yes,
it's
Timothy
like the
Chalamet.
difference between myself and Dylan. I'm ruggedly handsome, and he's kind of a pretty boy.
Yes.
Are you going to take that, Dylan?
I mean, we know whose voice wasn't manly enough to show up on Tommy's Echo. We were all there for that.
Oh,
The system respected me.
damn.
Oh fuck.
Oh man.
The strays
see
being
the-
caught.
Did you all see the YouTube concept trailer for Nightcrawler?
No.
It's
No.
actually pretty cool. I'll send it to Wes right now. You could share it amongst everybody, but it's actually pretty good. Some fan with probably AI and stuff put it together, but it was actually really cool.
Is this going to be like when I saw the Thundercats trailer that ended up being bullshit that got me all excited for a Thundercats movie?
Again, it's a fan-made trailer for Nightcrawler. It's a concept trailer, but it was actually really good. He's in a Catholic church, which he's supposed to be in, and it's pretty cool.
Very cool. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says, now, what do you guys think was the worst line in a superhero film? For me, it's the infamous Martha line.
That's pretty bad.
Martha. That was terrible. Mine is, you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Oh,
The same thing as everything else.
That's great, dude. What do you mean?
The weirdest line in movie history.
It's her delivery that's weird. If it was just like a casual thing, but the story behind that is that in Joss Whedon's original script, Toad had lines where he was, continually saying, like, you know what happens when a toad does this, you know what happens when a toad does that. So it was a setup to Storm being dismissive and just being like, yeah, now I'm going to blast you with lightning, you little bitch. But like her delivery and then it being just left with no setup, it just is so out of place and weird.
that's pretty bad. Can we expand it to like superhero TV shows? Because We Are the Flash is up there for me.
Yeah.
Save Martha is the
Like-
worst because there's no reason for him to just say save Martha. Except you know what? I got it. Wanda, Black Bolt can destroy you with a single whisper from his mouth, as opposed to his ass. Like, where do people usually whisper from? It's just that whole
silent
line
but
is
deadly.
that
Pretty
line
bad.
is terrible because it's
Pretty
just
bad.
to set up her saying what mouth, and it's not natural. It's not organic. It's
Well, it's
obviously a
telling
piece of
rather than
shit.
showing.
It's a piece of shit writing.
Yeah. Well, the movie is just the
Oh,
best.
that's true.
Shit writing.
The Martha line is quite cringy, though.
Yeah, it's pretty
What
awful.
Why did you say that name?
Well, I think that I want to go back to Zack Snyder's version of Justice League and insert it where like they're facing off with Darkseid, and Darkseid says, "If you stop me, I won't be able to use the boom tubes to visit my mother, Martha." And then Batman's like, cheer.
Oh, man. That sounds like something from How It Should Have Ended or something when they make fun of the movies.
Kalichioki has a good one. My father was researching spiders in the Amazon, but that didn't actually make it into the film. That was only in the trailer.
Yeah.
That was in Madam Web, right?
Every
My
line
mother.
in Madam Web. Every line in Madam Web is basically one of the worst lines in superhero movie history. Although
I
That
respect
movie is
Madam Web.
entertainingly bad.
I like
Like-
Madam Web more than I liked Supergirl, because if you're going to be bad, be spectacularly bad. Don't just
Yeah,
be bland like Supergirl.
He's so entertainingly bad that you just sitting there watching like they made that choice. That was the thing they decided to sign off on. That
I
actually
still
happened.
love-
That made it to screen.
Mhm.
I loved it whenever she kidnaps 3 girls, leaves them in the woods, and goes, "Hey, I'll be back. I need to go on a side quest."
Yeah,
They
Doc,
wait there for her.
Doc,
I do that
nothing,
when I'm playing Witcher. Like you don't need to be doing that in a movie.
nothing bad has ever happened to young women in the woods. I mean,
Nothing ever.
You could do a whole top 10 list of just like the worst lines from Deadpool about reach arounds and pegging.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
God, oh God.
Well, I feel like
Please
bad
stop.
jokes aren't near as bad as like
Something supposed to
genuinely
have-
really something that's supposed to have some type of
terrible-
When you're
gravitas.
trying
And
to
I
be
think,
serious.
like, yeah. To where like the jokes are kind of just throwing them out there, like let's see what hits. To where these ones that are actually supposed to mean something and are just so bad, I think that's far worse than like a bad reach around joke in Deadpool.
I think we should just do a show where we talk about bad lines in superhero movies. Like that's the whole show. Is just everybody.
I have to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine again. The first half of that movie, not very good, but once it becomes a Wolverine movie, pretty fun. Quite enjoyed
Still
that.
haven't
I
seen
need
it.
to. I need to rewatch a lot of these movies to remember some of the terrible
Yeah.
lines.
Ryan
I-
Reynolds
I
has
try
made
to-
me hate Deadpool. I mean, that's
I already
Deadpool
hated
2
Deadpool,
made
but I had a
me
good
hate
time with the
Deadpool.
first film with my dad in
The first
theaters.
one's good,
And then
yeah.
Deadpool 2 made me want to walk out of the theater.
the only thing I like in Deadpool 2 is you just killed Black Tom, you racist son of a bitch.
I do, however, love the Juggernaut in that movie.
Oh, that we actually got a Juggernaut? Yeah.
Yeah, like an actual Juggernaut, not that fucking guy from all the Guy Ritchie movies in a muscle suit.
I liked Zazie Beetz too. She wasn't Domino. That wasn't the character of Domino.
No.
But I liked her performance. I found her.
The character as written was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her a
Kevin
lot.
Carpetti
She's cool.
says, "Is it just me, or I just find Cyclops to be just a boring character in general?"
It's just you.
It's not. No,
It's not just you.
It is not just you. But the thing is, Cyclops's character is really easy to get wrong.
Yeah.
And make really boring. But or to make him kind of a shitty person. Like cheating on his wives, dumping them for ex-girlfriends, just kind of being a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, that Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor, Emma Frost, like cyclical deal was like, man, you are not a good partner.
Terrible. No,
you are a really bad life
terrible
partner.
Boyfriend, husband. Yes, but
Then he
so
became
it's really
Mutant Hitler.
easy to get. Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to get him wrong, but when you get him right, he's incredibly compelling.
It's interesting because Scott as a character is so committed and loyal to Xavier's dream that it's almost an interesting character dichotomy that he's not very loyal to the women that he's with. It's like an interesting like break in his character. I think if you watch the opening of the first season of X-Men 97 with Cyclops, you'll be like, damn, Cyclops is a badass. That whole season does Scott really well. And so like the, Bo DeMeo, at least, he said, I guess when he went in, he was like, I don't want this to be the Wolverine show anymore. I want this to be,
he's a natural foil for Wolverine, and Wolverine is incredibly deep and interesting and rough around the edges.
He's the cool guy.
He makes Cyclops look boring because he's more the Boy Scout.
It makes Cyclops look like the stiff.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do. Unfortunately. Cyclops is great. Love that character.
When he's written well, absolutely. Absolutely.
And when his powers are written right.
Yeah. That too.
The Kai Jeremiah, Jared Leto Joker asking who's going to get Batfleck and Reacher out. I'm assuming that's the word line.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Jared Leto. What are you going to do? The only good, the only good performance of him is Skeletor.
Skeletor.
I love
awesome
Skeletor.
He was amazing. That was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
By the way, Doc, we need a better transfer of that and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, I gotcha. That reminds me, Dylan. Do you want access to Docbuster video?
Yes, I would. I'd much appreciate that.
Dylan, welcome into the secret society. You are now part of the court. You're now part of the court of owls.
Your transfer on The Martian also didn't work out well. It's got weird stuff going on to it.
I'll fix it.
I'll be back, guys. I'm going to take a call from Drew, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Say hi.
I thought that was my phone. I heard it. I was like, what?
Very nice. Yeah. That was just bad casting all around. But I believe we've come to the end of the show. For some comic book recommendations, do want to say thank you very much to NDAndrew for joining us, because I'd made some mistakes on scheduling, so he was able to help out there at the last second. Definitely get you back here. Are there any books that you want to recommend? Maybe pimp out some of your own stuff?
Yeah. So obviously I did recommend earlier, but I will do it again. My good buddy Aaron Sparrow here. Get Kneeled Before Doomface. This book is a delight. I knew that Aaron had good, witty writing to him, but that book really lets it shine. So anybody that's interested in indie comics and just comics with like good theatricality to the villains, that's a fantastic read. As far as current like mainstream books that I'm reading right now, Joshua Williams' Superman run is absolutely incredible. I'm enjoying, now I can actually finally say I'm enjoying all 4 of the Absolute books that I'm reading. I'm enjoying Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and finally, took 14 issues, enjoying absolute Flash. So there's that. Marvel, the only thing I've been genuinely enjoying at Marvel has been Ewing's run on Venom. That's it. My Marvel pull list is now 2 books, and it's about to be 1 because I got to drop Amazing Spider-Man. I can't justify just continuing the collection with just how bad that book is. I can't do it. Beyond that, I also am a comic book writer. I'm a writer for the Rippaverse. I created our Speedster Arcstream. His real name's Zephyr Arlen. He's a Heart of Gold character. He's inspired heavily by characters I grew up loving, Spider-Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. He's very quippy. He's sassy. He's fun. And unlike most speedsters that you deal with, he's got a massive drawback to his powers. So his powers can actually kill him. So despite the fact that he has this immense, deep desire to use his powers to help people, there's a bit of a friction point there when your powers can actually kill you. And so the first arc, which is called False Start, is the story of him being so desperate that he jumps the gun and takes the first deal that comes his way that looks like an offer to help him safely use his powers, but it's actually a really bad deal from really bad people. And it kicks his hero's journey off with a false start. So you can check that out on rippaverse.com.
Very, very cool. Congratulations on that, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you. And if anybody's a Harry Potter fan in the chat or on the panel, my soon-to-be Mrs. Rodriguez and I have a Harry Potter channel here on YouTube called The Room of Requirement. So you should check that out. We do deep dive lore videos to that.
Congratulations. You're engaged?
Yes, we are.
You got your own engagement ring?
No, she got me this.
Oh, I thought you were putting it up there. So are you married or engaged?
Engaged.
When do you get married, dude?
September.
Congratulations. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think you're going to be very, very happy.
I am looking forward to it. We're both
what do you
big
think,
old
Tommy?
geeks.
You're married. Do you recommend marriage?
I've been married for 30 years, and I can't imagine life without being married. I got 4 kids, 2 grandchildren, 1 on the way. Most rewarding thing that's ever happened to me in my life, for sure.
Absolutely. You are in for better days, sir.
Yeah, wait till you have grandkids. It's even better. I like them more than my kids.
one step at a time. we'll get started on step 1.
Yeah.
And then we'll get started on step 2. We'll get there.
It'll go fast, man.
Tommy's more on that Matt Fraction style.
Jazz says, in my opinion, Cyclops is best as a non-adulterous, good, by-the-book Boy Scout planner who struggles with pent-up sadness, derived frustration, rage under the surface.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree that I'd prefer him when he's not being written like a piece of shit.
When Cyclops is at his best, he should be written like Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
he's the true believer.
Yeah.
He's the one that holds everything together.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also got some cap in him because he's like this amazing strategic planner. Like he can plan out a whole war.
Mm-hmm.
They never leave into that.
From a fighting perspective, he's one of the best hand-to-hand combat specialists in Marvel. Like he can go toe-to-toe with Captain America, and Cap is, enhanced, whereas Cyclops physically not.
Well, he shoots fire from his eyes.
He doesn't shoot fire.
No,
it's impact. There's no heat. It's impact. Shoot me out here Simoning the chat.
Oh my God, I'm gonna flip my desk.
And I just said hand-to-hand. Do you know what's not part of hand-to-hand combat? Eyes.
Well, I don't know.
How can anybody get close to him? He's got a ranged weapon.
It is impact. So like I said, if you go and you watch like the X-Men 97, they really work that into his fighting style. And going hand to hand, he can also punch you with his eyes.
Yes. He has
pure kinetic
and
force
3 legs
from his eyeballs.
By the way, I hate the whole punch dimension thing that people talk about. Like his beams, they access the punch dimension. Whoever originally wrote that needs to be flogged.
Unnecessary overcomplication of an otherwise cool power.
Mm-hmm.
The guy Jeremiah says, if Marvel brings Nightcrawler back for these new X-Men films, do you think they will completely ignore him being a devout Catholic?
Yes.
No. That would be in there. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be. They haven't completely ignored it with Daredevil, so I don't think they'll
Yeah.
completely ignore it. With
I don't think they'll
Nightcrawler.
write it well, but
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they certainly won't have anybody who has that belief system in the writers' room. So it'll be like a atheist perspective of what Catholicism is. But I think it'll be part of his character.
I love the scene with him and Storm, like in the cathedral
In
where
X2?
they're talking about. Yeah, it was a great moment. X2 is amazing. That opening with Nightcrawler where he goes to take
That
out
opening of the
president.
White
That's
House
one of
is
the
so good.
best
Great.
openings to a superhero film. Period.
That's incredible. Yeah.
But it'll be in there. I don't think it'll be a big deal for them, unfortunately. But Nightcrawler, my favorite X-Men.
Yep, he's
All
my
right,
favorite overall.
Who we got? We got Tommy. You recommend anything, dude?
Yeah, so I'm still enjoying Brutal Dark.
That's
Yeah.
last issue, dude.
Last issue, man. I hope there's more. This has been
It's coming
a lot
back
of
next
fun.
year, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to come back next year. It'll be a part 2. And then Deathstroke, I'm really enjoying.
Yeah.
Tony Fleets. It's been a lot of fun. What else, man? The Royals. If you're not reading Royals, this has been a lot of fun. Yeah,
That's
Derek
a convoluted
Kirkham.
story, sir.
It's a convoluted story, but I'm really enjoying it. I hope that it all comes together, but it's been a lot of fun. Superman has been amazing. Like the last 4 or 5 issues. Of course, we have Neil before Doomface from Aaron. This has been awesome. I really enjoyed that. I cannot wait for more. From a toy standpoint, this is for, I know Doc could probably show a toy. Frazetta came out with these figures right here. These are the online exclusive ones. We got John Carter. We got Conan the Barbarian. We've got, pull it up right here, Death Dealer, which is a Frazetta character. That's been freaking phenomenal. And then the last one that I got was the 1/12 scale John Carter. I've been collecting all the Frazetta figures that they've been coming out with, and they've been phenomenal. And then I too have my comic book Kingsville. The Kickstarter will drop tomorrow. It's been all redone, 4 new covers from some amazing artists. Like I said, all re-lettered. We're relaunching it, and it will be distributed by Critical Entertainment out of LA. That's Chris Rita and his company. And he has a couple amazing titles. He has one called The First Americans, and if you haven't read that, it's phenomenal. 14,000 years ago. It talks about kind of the natives who came from Siberia, made their way into North America for the first time. He's put some amazing art into it, a whole bunch of, looking up history of what life was like during that time. It's like Conan the Barbarian in a family who is trying to survive 14,000 years ago as they come into unknown lands for the very first time. It's been a lot of fun, but yeah, Kingsville will be distributed by them in January to comic shops all over North America. And then we are launching early for fans who want to get the new covers and the all new re-lettered, re-edited issue 1 of Kingsville. So check that out tomorrow. It'll go live tomorrow.
Very nice. I heard Aaron stood in line for you and got you an exclusive toy at San Diego Comic-Con. Did that happen?
He did. I mean, thank you very much, because they were selling out. I got it here somewhere. All right, here. I was hanging out with Aaron and Lepresti as well, and we got the Battle Damage Invincible, which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Jada Toys will be launching Invincible, and we were able to pick this one up. Thank you, Aaron, for getting that for me.
Absolutely.
They were limited daily, so by the time I get back there, it was already sold out, and Aaron got there early and grabbed it, so I appreciate you, my friend.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He is a good guy.
I took mine out of the package. I will make that one of my recommendations this week. Is obviously it's not something that people can just run out and pick up, but the Invincible figures that Jada is coming out with, they all look fantastic. I opened up that exclusive one, having a lot of fun playing around with it. And I'm not even the world's biggest Invincible fan, but I'm looking. I do like the stuff that Jada makes. The San Diego version not only comes with all the pieces for the battle damaged Invincible, but you also get an additional head for Conquest when Conquest comes out, where he's bleeding. So definitely recommend that. I've been sending toys over to Doc. Anytime there's a sale on anything GI Joe, I shoot it over to Doc just in case he's interested. Go pick up some Saw Vipers. They're only like $20 right now. So those are my recommendations this week.
Are those like a Target markdown?
No, it's on Amazon. They're marking down some Joes, and so if you need some army builders, I'm up to like 5 Saw Vipers now. I've got 3 that are going to remain the same, except I'm going to swap out one's head to make it the Saw Viper that killed all the Joes in Larry Hama's run. I got a custom head to put on that one, and then the other 2 I'm going to repaint into theater specific. I'm going to do a jungle one and I'm going to do a desert one.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool. All right, Dylan, you have any books you want to recommend this week?
Yeah, DC had a lot of good books this week. We got Book of L issue number 11, the penultimate issue. It's been great. We got some great backstory in the back that I know Wes completely skipped over because it's the journal entry.
Happened.
It's so good. You get to learn more about Krillix and the Phlogians and the history there. It's great. If you're not reading the journal entries in the back, you're missing out because some really cool stuff. Absolute Superman number 22 was really good. You get to see this Absolute Metallo and his sad backstory, and no one outruns the arms of Superman. It's great. JSA, we get the conclusion to the Spectre, and we get the new Spectre in this, and I really liked how that all went down. I was happy with the new Spectre. And then, like we talked about earlier, Batman number 12 was actually really good. It's been a very up and down series, but I really enjoyed this latest issue.
Very nice. Do you have any videos or streams coming up?
Yeah, I'll have a video talking about the 3 really good Superman books we got going on right now, which is Absolute Superman, the main Superman title, and Book of L. That'll be going up later today.
Very,
A lot
very
of
cool.
good Superman right now, for sure.
Yeah,
There's a terrible rumor out there that you've never seen The Crow. Is that true?
I have not seen The Crow.
I have never seen The Crow.
What the? That's a great film, dude. It's got a killer soundtrack.
I'm sure it is. Crow never really did it for me. I was like, But I'll try it out.
So then you didn't get the joke in Kneel Before Doomface when the Crow shows up?
Nope.
Damn it!
I understood that joke.
Highly recommend The Crow with Brandon Lee. His last performance ever. He was unfortunately in a terrible accident, killed on set. Man, that's a good one. All right, Doc.
And
you
Alec
recommend
Baldwin
anything,
wasn't
dude?
even there.
What's up?
Damn.
And Alec Baldwin wasn't even there.
Yeah. Totally tasteless.
Doc couldn't hold back. I guess
Totally
shoot your shot, right?
Yep.
Why is that tasteless? Alec Baldwin killed a woman and then had zero remorse about it.
Yep. Or punishment. So, first I'm going to recommend, I did not go to the comic shop this week. Wes and I are going to be recording tomorrow, so I can't necessarily recommend, but I'm going to go ahead and recommend our review of Absolute Batman number, I don't know, what fucking number
It's
is
just
this,
regular
Wes?
Batman 12.
Oh, it's just Batman.
Mhm.
Oh, it's Fraction Batman. Okay, well, I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not. But instead, I will recommend something that I actually do like. If you go back, this is volume 2 of Wildcats. And like the first 12 issues are Travis Charest art. First couple issues are Scott Lobdell, and then Joe Casey comes on and makes this probably one of the smartest, most interesting superhero comics of the 21st century. Actually, this has still been the 20th century. This was late 90s. So, Wildcats number 1. There's a bunch of covers for it, but this is it. Then we will go
Love
with
that cover.
I love this cover too. Incredible Hulk 344, I think.
Yep.
I love so many of those McFarlane Hulk covers. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
And McFarlane Hulk, great fun run. Definitely go pick them up. We will go with Classic X-Men number 8. I mean, this, look at that Art Adams art. It's so fucking good. So good. I think this is a reprint of X-Men 100. And then X-Men, Uncanny X-Men number 9. First interaction between the Avengers and the X-Men. So If you can find one for a reasonable price, go pick it up. Then we will go with. I have 2 toys.
Danger Girl.
this week.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We were talking about it earlier, and I'm like, I love the Major Maxim character. It's so like, I mean, it's so fucking Indiana Jones Nazi
Comic books. Yeah, it's just like
comic book. Yeah, it is.
Cronin
It is
on
so
roids.
perfect. Yes, exactly.
I mean,
But it's
Danger Girl
also,
is
like,
Indiana Jones, James Bond, and
G.I.
Charlie's
Joe.
Angels.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
just
It's
wrapped into
everything.
one awesome blend.
It really was, and then you ended up with like fucking Resident Evil Nemesis as a Nazi, super agent, an officer, and then we will go with these Desert Scorpions, because right now on Amazon they're marked down to $27.99, so they're like
Whoa.
19.
They're $50 at Target, I think.
Yeah, they're at $28 right now on Amazon. So if you were looking for some kind of, like Desert Army Cobra builders, then there you go.
my Walmart marked them down to 18, and I bought all 6.
Oh, wow.
I bought a bunch on at Walmart. I bought these ones at Walmart a couple of months ago, and then I was looking, and I was like, "Fuck!" They went down more again, and I'm thinking about buying a couple more. So, but those are my recommendations. Because look at that, giant.
Does he
freaking
ride the scorpion?
No, they
like,
herd them. They herd them like cats.
Yes, it's kind of like what would have been that? What was that? Final Fantasy.
Does he wear the
like,
scorpion like
15?
a backpack? What the hell is that?
No, by the way, the
It's a-
scorpion is fully posable in its own right.
Yes, it is. It's got all the articulation in the tail and in the claws and in the legs. It's really, really cool. It's a great 2-piece figure set, and they're marked down right now, so go pick some up. So those are my recommendations for the week.
Well, and I recommend everybody have a fantastic weekend. The NFL is just right around the corner, Dylan. We had the first Hall of Fame game. I think the Chiefs preseason game starts next week. It's going to be fun, dude.
Yeah, we saw the Panthers Cardinals. So it's
Riveting.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah.
So have a great weekend, and we will return next Saturday. We'll see y'all later. That's
Yeah,
it.
boy. Get
There it
out.
is.